Ukraine fights for its freedom.
The U.S. has also announced new economic sanctions on more than 200 Russian individuals and groups, including banks that are helping fund Russia's invasion, in addition to more sanctions on Russia's mining sector and energy companies.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Inflation heats back up in the latest reading from the Commerce Department, sending a chill through Wall Street. The Dow down 336 points at the bell, but that's off session lows. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
WJR Traffic First is sponsored by Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, serving you since 1949. Garbage disposal broken, toilet backed up. Flame can take care of all of your plumbing needs. Visit us at flamefurnace.com. We've got an accident on I-94 eastbound before Ann Arbor Saline Road. Northbound Southfield Freeway between Ford Road and Warren Avenues looking a bit sluggish. And watch out for a wreck on I-94 westbound at Belleville Road. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Mix of sun and clouds with a high of 31 this afternoon. Getting some snow showers later after midnight. A low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 for Saturday. Right now, partly sunny and 30 degrees. I'm Rich Luzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This is Matt Paul, Executive Vice President, DTE, with an important safety message. Wednesday's major ice storm took down several thousand power lines. We're urging everyone, especially kids and pets, to please stay out of their yards. Be on the lookout for fallen wires. Stay 25 feet away from them and anything they may be touching, as those could also be electrified. And report down power lines by calling 1-800-477-4747. Please stay safe.
If your power is out, a generator can make things easier. But DTE wants you to know how to keep your family safe. Never ever use a portable generator inside your home. It emits carbon monoxide, which can be deadly. Keep it outside, away from windows and doors, so the fumes won't come in. Read the manufacturer's safety instructions and follow them. Generators can make outages more bearable, but please use them safely. DTE.
It's the President's Day sales event. Kevin Dietz here. Did you know you can purchase your vehicle remotely and get your new ride delivered directly to your door? Visit McInerneyDirect.com and enjoy the online car shopping experience today. From our store to your door, McInerney Chrysler offers an online experience like no other, and you'll still feel like part of the family. With personalized service and pricing, only McInerney can deliver. McInerney Chrysler, one dealership, one focus. Visit McInerneyDirect.com.
This is Maria Monti, tax partner at Metro Detroit accounting firm Schindel Rock, making complex business taxes easier. The federal deduction for state income taxes is capped at $10,000. But if you are a flow-through entity like a partnership or S corporation, you may qualify for the new Michigan flow-through entity tax, which is a workaround to the IRS limit. There are deadlines and timing considerations, so contact us today to find the best strategy. Schindel Rock specializes in these and other complex tax questions for Metro Detroit businesses. Learn more at SchindelRock.com.
There's a new player in town. Hi, I'm Herman Moore, Lions All-Pro wide receiver, and I'm talking about Eagle Casino and Sports, the real money mobile casino. It's so easy to play. You can go from wager to winner to wallet, just like that.
Sign up now and we'll match your deposit up to $1,500. Or you can get a risk-free bet up to $1,000.
Eagle Casino and Sports, made in Michigan, made for Michigan.
Must be 21 or older and in Michigan to play. This is the 36th Annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on 760 WJR. With 3 ways to donate now. Visit sametrodetroit.org, text BREAD to 24365, or call 833-SAL-HOPE and keep the Bed and Bread trucks rolling. Now with more, here are Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the 36th Annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon here on WJR. And this is the anchor leg of our relay. And my goodness, haven't our partners done a great job kicking things off and giving us a very nice lead, $1,008,747. But our goal, a tremendous start. Our thanks to Mitch, Paul, our All Talk guys, Tom and Chris Renwick. And it's a great start, but our goal is 1.8. So we still have to do that 0.8. But as we head into the jaws of battle in the last 3 hours of this Radiothon. I couldn't be happier to have on my wing two great wingmen. Let's start with Radio Hall of Famer Dick Purtan, who started this all 36 years ago. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Guy, and everybody else listening, watching, et cetera, because we're on both, right? Radio and TV, is that right, Guy?
We're streaming on Facebook, Twitter. We're on the WJR Facebook page and also at WJR.com.
Okay, well, we appreciate everybody tuning in, and especially everybody who has donated, everybody that has, and, of course, those that will. And by the way, the donation, which I'm going to announce here, in fact, would this be the right time to announce it? Probably would.
It would be a glorious time. That would really kick things up a notch.
Okay, all right, we're going to give it a shot here, Guy, and that is this. This is from the Purtan, the Gail and Dick Purtan Foundation, Fund, whatever you want to call it. And since this is the 36th annual Radiothon, naturally, we are going to match, if we can get the match, that is, $36,000. $36,000 from the Purtan Family Fund. So
okay.
So let's hope that we can get to 36 so we can match it by adding 36,000.
The first $36,000 will do the work of 72,000 if I'm doing the math correctly.
I think so.
All right, good.
Thank you for doing that, because I can't do the math correctly.
The firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe has checked that out.
I knew them, yes.
And they said that our math is just dandy. How you doing?
We're doing fine. I haven't seen you in about a year, huh, Guy? I guess it's been a while.
Yeah, and we should point out, are we also joined by Jackie?
We are. We're indeed. Jackie, are you here? I'm here. I'm looking right at her, yes. She is here. I don't know if a camera turns around, if it's because we're on.
Oh, let's not do that.
No.
When you start moving the camera, all kinds of things happen. Go give your dad a hug so that we can see you, Jackie. And,
okay.
This is my old Channel 7 cohort.
That's right.
From many, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I thought that was Joanne. So you've worked with Joanne and Jackie
I've worked
at 7.
with Joanne and Jackie. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
So now I've taken care of one of my wingmen. I want to introduce the other one, who is to my right here, and he is representing another great foundation that has been a tireless supporter of the Bed and Bread Truck, going back how many years? Dan Aronson joining us from the Artichoke and Garlic Foundation, which was started by his dad, Jack Aronson, of course, of Garden Fresh Salsa many years ago. It's how the family's involvement in this dates back how far?
I'd have to say 2002 is when my sister Melanie got on the board of the Salvation Army, and then my dad shortly thereafter, 2 years later. So we're thrilled to be a part of this great program.
And I want you to tell this story later, but there was a moment that your dad had that was kind of an epiphanous, if that's a word, and if it's not, I'm making it up right now.
I like it. That's a good one.
It's an epiphanous moment in his life that kind of made the Bed and Bread Truck and its mission very central to his credo, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. In the meantime, we are urging you, as we said, we've got 3 ways for you to give today, and that is by calling 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-SAL-HOPE, or texting the word bread to 24365. Isn't that easy to remember? 24365, text the word bread, and we're looking, as I said, to raise $800,000 over the next few days, the next 3 hours, and we will be hearing more. We've got other challenges coming up, but the challenge on the board right now is a $36,000 challenge from the Dick and Gail Purtan Family Foundation. And have you got all your girls surrounding you from various parts of the country here?
We kind of do. We have 5 of the 6. As you know, I lost one of our daughters, the baby daughter, a year and a half ago to thyroid cancer. But 5 of the girls are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Jackie is right here sitting next to me. And the other girls, I hope, are on the phone. Girls, are you there?
I think we're going to be doing that. We're going to do that the next segment.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
fine.
hate to spoil the surprise, but they're going to be there the next segment.
It was the same growing up. So they wouldn't listen to me anyway.
When you and Gail were naming the girls, you never asked Vanna for any other letter other than J when you were naming these girls.
Yeah, it was kind of kind of stupid, I guess. But no, I guess I didn't, did I? I don't know how we went to the J's. I have no idea, but we did. We did 6 J's, all the way. So they're all here. The five of the 6 are here, and we will talk to them, I understand, in 5-6 minutes or so. Is that right?
We will. They'll be joining us, and
Okay.
I've had the pleasure of working either partly or in whole with, I think, 3 of the girls over the years. So
wow.
It's been terrific. Dan, explain to me how did your dad get involved with the Bread and Bread Club?
Well, with the club, so like I stated, Melanie, my sister, got on the board first, and then he got on shortly thereafter. And from what I remember, it was the right thing to do. Did
your sister help convert him though? Did she kind of get in his ear?
Absolutely. They were really busy with the business at the time, building Garden Fresh, and once he was able to step back a little bit and do some of the work similar to the Salvation Army with the charity events and everything, that's when he became more involved, and he loved the program. He loved being involved with Dick Purtan, a fantastic guy and family.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And from what I remember him saying, it was just he felt compelled because the program does so many great things. I mean, they're on the road, 365?
Absolutely, yeah.
Given to families,
and they amp it up on Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? They make it's even a bigger meal.
It's
on
tremendous.
Those days.
When I learned about it, I was very impressed, and it's just touching that they do it in our backyard, right? Metro Detroit, and it's just a great program, and he was just compelled to be a part of it and help it grow.
Well, I do want to remind our listeners, too, that we know that everybody's lives have been a little bit disrupted by this ice storm over the past 48 hours, and that our routine is kind of out of whack, and people that might be listening to the radio station at this time might not be. If you've got a friend that you know is a WJR listener and a friend that's a Dick Purtan fan, and you might want to just give them a nudge and say, hey, the Radiothon is going on today, and I don't want you to miss it because it's a great opportunity to really help a program that fills critical needs in our community. And if you just kind of get that message out on social media for us, we'd sure appreciate it. And it's #Bed and Bread Club if you're out there on Twitter. And again, text the word bread to 24365 because that's exactly how they do things at the Salvation Army. They work it 24 hours a day, 365 days.
And Guy, remember too that on that match till 5 o'clock tonight, $36,000. If we can raise that kind of money, remember when that's gone, it's gone. So I don't know where we switched to at 5 o'clock, but my $36,000 match will be gone. That's
why this is why time is of the essence. If you want to take advantage of that, but a donation of $1 will do the work of 2, thanks to the Dick and Gail Purtan Family Foundation. 414 here on News Talk 760 WJR. More good tidings from the Salvation Army. More fun with our friend Dick Purtan when we return.
After a storm, Consumers Energy works around the clock to keep you safe and restore your power. But if you see a downed wire, stay 25 feet away. Then call 911 and Consumers Energy. Remember, even if the wire appears harmless, it could be dangerous. It could still be deadly. So stay away and stay alive. Consumers Energy. Count on us.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement, Sunday afternoons at 2. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Have you been told you need spine surgery or just sick of living in pain? The Disc Institute has a proven, painless alternative. If your neck, back, or sciatic pain is due to a herniated, degenerative, or bulging disc, then you actually have 2 problems. 1, your pain, and 2, your bad disc. Drugs, therapies, epidurals, and new pain lasers are designed to only treat your pain, but they're not designed to treat your disc problem. And this is crucial because your bad disc is what's causing your pain in the first place. Without addressing your disc problem, your problem will get worse, which can ultimately lead to surgery. At the Disc Institute, we have a proven solution to solve both of your problems, your pain and the bad disc that's causing it. With our high-tech, non-invasive treatments. This is what can stop your pain without surgery. Call me at the Disc Institute at 586-416-DISC. That's 586-416-3472. We'll even review your MRI for no charge. Call 586-416-DISC. Reclaim your life.
Most Americans don't know that the precursors to the deadliest diseases are found in the mouth. Tune in Sunday at 3 p.m. on 760 WJR to hear Dr. Doug Thompson, leading medicine expert, tell us what we need to know.
Hi, this is Kevin Dietz. Question: are you a business owner? Do you like free government money? If so, listen up. The federal government has promised over $135 billion in tax refunds for small and medium-sized businesses that kept employees on payroll through COVID. Business owners are eligible for the Employee Retention Credit, even if they receive PPP funds. RefundsPro.com specializes in cutting through the red tape of qualifying for this government program to make it quick and easy. Refunds Pro does all the heavy lifting, and most of our refunds are over $100,000. Couldn't you use that money right about now? There's no downside to apply and absolutely no fees unless you receive a refund. RefundsPro.com has helped hundreds of businesses qualify, and the best part, you don't have to pay a penny back to the government. This is as close as it gets to free government money. There is a deadline, so visit RefundsPros.com and get started before it's too late. Visit RefundsPro.com. That's RefundsPro.com.
Curtain up. The DSO throws a big, joyous, lit-up, buoyant celebration of the life and work of Stephen Sondheim. It's Sondheim and Beyond. It features his iconic works, but also those by other Broadway legends. Buy tickets now at DSO.org. March 10th through March 12th at Orchestra Hall. Sondheim and Beyond with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Ever consider advertising with WJR? Offering a mix of cost-effective broadcast and digital media, WJR gets results. For more details, call 313-873-9810. That's 313-873-9810.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's extended President's Day sale. Hurry, sale ends March 1st. Blindster.com.
WJR Traffic First is also sponsored by Mendelssohn Kornblum Orthopedics. Avoid the ER. Synergy Health Partners Orthopedic Urgent Care is where to go when muscle strains, sprains, broken bones, and fractures happen. See an orthopedic specialist within 20 minutes. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. 2 locations, Livonia and Shelby Township. Synergy Health Partners Orthopedic Urgent Care. Be better. Disabled vehicle blocking the left lane of the Davison Freeway, eastbound ramp to I-75 northbound. Watch out for a wreck on I-94 westbound at Belleville Road. And we still have that accident slowing you down on I-96 eastbound after Novi Road. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Mix of sun and clouds with a high of 31 this afternoon. We'll get some snow showers after midnight tonight with a low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 Saturday. Right now, partly sunny and 30 degrees. I'm Rich Bluzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Welcome to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. $120 feeds 5 people for an entire month. To donate what you can, call 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365 now. Once again, here are Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
Also joined by Dan Aronson from the Artichoke and Garlic Foundation. And I hope you heard that little equation there. You can help feed 5 people. 5 people for nearly a month for $120. And if you really want to amp it up, 10 people for nearly a month for $240. I can't think of too many investments where you get a return like that, Dan.
I'd have to agree with that. That's pretty great.
Dick, you started this 36 years ago, and you did it under the watchful eye of Jackie, Joanne, Jennifer, Jill, and Jessica. The Purtan girls join us in the house this afternoon. Hello, ladies.
Hello. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
I know.
Who did that? Three Stooges or what?
Hello.
Hello.
them all.
I think you got them all. I think you got 5 of them there, Guy. Appreciate it. Hello, girls.
Sesame Street. The next 15 minutes are going to be brought to you by the letter J.
Yes. That's exactly right. Let me ask the girls how they're doing. Thank you for joining us, girls. Where are you? I can see Jackie right here, but I don't see anybody else.
We're home. I'm home anyways. I'm home in Novi.
Okay, that would be, which daughter are you?
Joanne.
Oh, hello, Joanne.
Sorry, Dad. Hello, Daddy.
Okay, I do recognize the voice.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm home in Plymouth.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
And
Jill?
Yes. I am Jill, and I'm at an undisclosed location somewhere in Florida.
Ooh.
That's the best way to keep it,
It's
usually.
just make sure it's not a penal colony or anything like that, right?
No.
Well-
And I could say so many things, and I won't.
No. They were charged but not convicted.
That's right.
Remember that line?
In Stripes. That was a great movie in Stripes.
That was Bill Murray and John Canty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lastly, we welcome in Jessica.
Hello, Jessica.
Yes, I'm Jessica, and I'm also at home in Novi, sadly. I mean, the sun is shining, but it is a lot colder than it is in Florida, that's for sure.
Do all of you have power?
Must be.
I do, yes.
I mean, isn't that the question of the day when you see somebody? Hi, how you doing? You got power?
Yes,
you know?
so true.
It's
Oh,
not
sure.
are you working? It's have you got power?
But the phones are working right to the Salvation Army. 833-SAL-HOPE, 833-725-4673.
Excellent.
Yeah. Hey, I did that fairly well, right? Or text bread. Go ahead, Guy.
Yeah, to 24365. 24365. Text the word
Exactly
bread.
right.
I want to ask any of when you've got 5 guests, you throw a jump ball and you never know what you're going to get. But it was 36
Well,
years
I
ago
don't know these girls.
that your dad kicked this off. Just reflect for me, just the pride that you have of what this thing has become.
The
pride is enormous.
Yeah.
The pride is enormous. It's beyond anything we could have ever hoped for. It was a tiny little thing back in the day, right, Dad?
Oh.
Yeah, it was. What was it? 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 4 hours and raised
Was it 1987? If
$15,000.
I do the math right, was that correct?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, Reagan was still president.
Well,
Wow.
yes.
You
That's
think
right.
about that?
87 or 88. Yeah, exactly right. Whatever
There
that
were still
moves
some
back to.
disco songs still around then too. I mean, that was a long time ago.
Those were good songs, too.
Love to
That's
Love You,
just my
Baby.
own personal opinion, but
Well,
yes.
you're wearing parachute pants. Of course, you think so.
Oh, my-
big bangs, too, guys.
That's right.
All the girls were around doing their makeup, and they didn't really have to do that, did they? Come to think of it. We don't even know where they are. So,
Dad, I loved how whenever I would, say to people, "Oh yeah, I've got 5 sisters. There's 6 of us," and they all would say, "Oh, your poor father." And my response was, "Poor father, nothing. The man was pampered by 7 women."
I know.
Wait,
Treated like a king.
you
It's
didn't
why-
count Piper,
it's
the
why,
first
honest to
dog.
God, he looks so great. I mean, you
You're not
guys,
kidding.
you
Yeah.
are a marvel, Dick. You really, really are.
It's
Wait a-
very true.
What? I was a marvel for having 6
Oh,
daughters?
you look so good. You look so good even today.
Oh,
I
well,
didn't say you were an Avenger. I said you are a marvel.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I will
And-
tell you, though, that when the Radiothon first started, there were no remotes on the TV.
No. That's
Oh,
right.
no.
That's correct. Thankfully,
There was no remote for the TV.
I wouldn't have done it if I was going to be on TV.
Yeah.
So does that mean that the youngest was the remote? That as youngest in the family, you had to get up and turn up the TV or
No,
change
we
the channel?
all did.
Yeah.
Whoever
You took
was in
turns?
the room took
Well, we had
turns.
certain eye rollers. There were certain girls in the family. I'd say, girls, could you please turn up the TV? This is, I think, before the clicker and all that
Oh, yeah.
stuff. And the only one who wouldn't roll her eyes was Jackie. That's why she got the so-called honor of sitting next to me here as we do the broadcast today.
That's right. See, girls, all these years later.
See?
All these years later.
Mention, Jackie, because you're also funny, and the rest of us aren't quite so funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joanne. You're very kind.
And what she didn't tell you is she's also writing the will as we speak.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They didn't mean looking. They meant funny. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie's done some
But
stand-up
one
at Mark
second, Guy.
Ridley's Comedy Castle. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I just wanted to jump in and say, because Guy, you said, how proud we are. And I remember you brought this up last year. I know, I think I can speak for all of us that, yes, it started as this small little thing and grew and grew and grew. And the pride we have for what Dad has accomplished through the years and what it has meant feeding the homeless and the hungry in Detroit, it's just immeasurable, the pride that we feel for him. He and my mom, such an example of the importance of giving and giving back to the community that you've been raised in. And, he lived it and he continues to live it even now. So pride doesn't even begin to describe, I think, what we all as a family feel for everything my mom and dad accomplished through the years.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Well said, Joanne.
And can I just say right now too, and we started off with, this is the hour that we're doing the matching thing, right? You and
this is the matching till 5:00 today, $36,000. And as I said earlier, if it's gone, it's gone. But just call those numbers, please. 833-SELL-HOPE or 833-725-4673 or text BREAD to 24365. Any of those will get you through. There are plenty of operators, that can take your calls. So call now, please do.
And I would
as soon as we get off this phone call, we'll all be doing that ourselves. So
that's right.
Well, you beat me to it, girls. I was going to ask you to, if anybody had thought about donating.
Well, I would
not
like to
counting the 36,000.
No, this is on top of, and I would like to go out and say that on behalf of myself, I would like to donate some of Joanne's money. On top of the 36,000 that we're doing as a family.
So while you guys hash out that family challenge, we will remind people that right now we are in the midst of the Purtan Family Challenge. $36,000. For every dollar you give, they will match, and that means it does the work of two. And it's not just 36 years that Dick has been doing this alongside his family. 36 is a big number, but think of the hundreds of thousands of lives they've changed in the process and the people they have fed. That's an even more important number. You're on News Talk 760 WJR.
Did you lose power from the storm? For your safety, Consumers Energy reminds you to never run a generator indoors, in garages, or even in carports. They can cause carbon monoxide poisoning, resulting in serious harm and even death. Only use generators outdoors and far from open windows, doors, and vents. And it's always a good idea to have a carbon monoxide detector on every floor of your home, because you can never be too safe. Consumers Energy, count on us.
Confidence. It's important to have when you're on the road. Be prepared for whatever cooler weather brings. With a new set of innovative Bridgestone or dependable Firestone tires on your car, truck, SUV, or minivan, you're riding on tires you can trust. Bridgestone and Firestone tires are engineered to give you peace of mind so you can focus on enjoying the journey. Bridgestone and Firestone are proud to support their global OE and aftermarket customers. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. CordellCordell.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic. Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. Ukraine's president is willing to discuss a Chinese proposal to end Russia's invasion of his country under certain conditions.
China needs to do its best to make sure that Russian Federation withdraws from our territory.
President Volodymyr Zelensky speaking through a translator on this one-year anniversary of the war. A warning from Montgomery County DA Kevin Steele after dangerous drugs are detected in gummies sold at several Pennsylvania locations.
We found these items. We bought these items in a store. They contain fentanyl. Take them, you could die.
At least 2 people overdosed but survived after treatment. The candies were sold under the name Strictly Delta. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
WJR Traffic First is sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA. Call on NECA signatory contractors for electric vehicle charging solutions for commercial, public, industrial, or residential EV projects. Contractors, including Centerline Electric, provide EV-ITP trained and certified electricians that get your job done right the first time. Learn more at smcneca.org. We've got a wreck on I-94 westbound at Belleville. Disabled vehicle blocking the left lane of the Davison Freeway eastbound ramp to I-75 northbound. And northbound Southfield Freeway between Ford Road and Warren Avenue is looking a bit sluggish right now. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Mix of sun and clouds, a high of 31 this afternoon. We'll get some snow showers after midnight tonight with a low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 Saturday. Right now, partly sunny and 30 degrees. I'm Rich Bluzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell and Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell and Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell and Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Hey, Dak Prescott here. Why do I choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because better sleep elevates my game. Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed helps me fall asleep faster, keeps me cool, and effortlessly adjusts for my best sleep. That's more focus, more edge, and more highlights. And that means more wins for all of us.
It's our ultimate Sleep Number event. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Making your bathroom as safe as possible is key to maintaining your independence and staying in your home for as long as possible. Hi, it's Paul W. A big part of making your bathroom safer is eliminating that step over the side of the tub to take a shower. That's where my friend Victor, the owner of Victor's Home Solutions, comes in. They will convert your old bathtub that you probably never use into a beautiful walk-in shower that is not only stylish, but a much safer way to bathe. It features a low step-up entry, slip-resistant floors, and options such as grab bars, shelving, seats. The list goes on. I've used Victor's to work on my home, and I can unconditionally recommend his quality of work and customer service. Stop stepping over that tub. Step into a new shower. Call Victor's Home Solutions today for a free in-home design appointment and estimate. Call them at 734-6666-914. That's 734-6666-914. Or book an appointment online at victors.com.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement, Sunday afternoons at 2. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-857-5656. That's 800-857-5656.
You've got the 2023 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. It's the charity drive that shelters more than 72,000 Metro Detroiters every year. Call and donate right now. 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more with Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
Helping to change lives, save lives for more than 36 years. This Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. And Dick, who came to you? Whose idea was it? And what station were you at the time?
Yeah, one of the FM stations, and we had a meeting in the room that I called a conference room, and I said, "What's your favorite charity?" And the 5 or 6 of us in there, all amazingly enough, said the Salvation Army. I said, "Great. Well, let's contact the Salvation Army." We did. We contacted Clarence Harvey, the colonel at the time, and Gene Taylor was very much actively involved in contacting him. We set the whole thing up, and we got involved in this Bed and Bread Club thing, and $15,000 the first year. The second year we went from 4 minutes, we went up to 16 hours, I believe, and we went up to, gosh, I don't know, we went higher. And gradually every year it just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up, which it still has been doing. So we appreciate WJR. And they got involved in this thing 10, 12 years ago. So it has really been, it's a godsend for a lot of people. And we're very happy to be involved with the Salvation Army.
It really is. And that was, in the program back then, Colonel John Turner joining us, the program back then, it was basically one truck. Now you're out there serving all kinds of different corners, Lieutenant Colonel John Turner. Tell us about that.
That's true. We have 3 trucks that go out on the streets every single day. And when we say 365 in the, text BREAD to 24365, that 365 is every single day of the year. Doesn't matter the weather. The ice storm a couple of days ago, we were out there. Snow, it doesn't matter. We're out there because people are in a place of needing our help. And those meals that go out on the truck are so vitally important to many, many people.
Well, and introduce us to some of those people and some of the thousands that come to the truck over the course of the year, because every one of them is a story. And when they tell you their story, you find out that their lives are really not that far removed from yours, but for some misfortune.
Right, an emergency.
Unfortunately,
there was a husband and father of 2 who approached the Bed and Bread truck, many people do. He recently lost his job. That's one of the reasons that he was there, struggling to make the ends meet.
65%. This is a figure that was released this week. 65% of American workers are working paycheck to paycheck right now. So if you lose you're in a bad spot, and that's where this all comes in.
He ended up on food stamps, and with the cuts in the program, it become more difficult to feed his 2 sons, his family, and he in talking to him, he would say, "Thank God for the Salvation Army Bed and Bread truck. Without them, we wouldn't make it." And we were on the truck just a couple of days ago during the ice storm with Tom from the radio station.
Tom Jordan, who anchors our mid-morning show.
And we heard of a grandmother who was taking care of many grandchildren. A woman taking care of many, many grandchildren, and she just, her Social Security doesn't go very far, and the way that she got by was, our Bed and Bread truck drivers put together what's called a family pack, a whole loaf of bread and just a lot of all the ingredients to make the sandwiches back to the house, and that's how she gets by, because her Social Security would not cover it.
Well, and that's in talking to Tom Jordan, because he told me he was going out on the truck, and it was the best of days and the worst of days. I mean, you certainly got a dose of exactly who comes to the truck, but that even in the worst of times, they come because they must.
Yes.
And he said he saw one child that was out there while he was out there. It was Lloyd Jackson that was out there. And he said there's one child, but that child was sent out by his mom saying, "Go out and get the family pack." I mean, it's a very Oliver Twist kind of story.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, it's really impactful, because you truly do see food insecurity right then and there, and you are doing a difference, especially when you can donate today.
And it's sometimes it's your neighbors who you aren't going to tell you that they're in trouble. They're not going to tell you that they're in need, but they are. And if you that kind of misfortune, you can make a difference, and you can make a difference in a big way Just $1 will do the work of two, thanks to the Dick and Gail Purtan Family Foundation with their $36,000 match this hour. Text BREAD to 24365 or call 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-725-4673.
You know, we're saying you can double your money right now, and you can. You can double your donation, but think of it this way: you can double the amount of meals that are going out on the truck too.
Yeah, that's the conversion.
That's the conversion.
That's the conversion that matters most, doesn't it?
Double the meals right now.
And double the miles that truck travels.
Exactly
Because
right.
we all know what the price of gasoline has come to. And we should point this out too, Colonel. Everybody has been complaining about the price of eggs and the price of food, and we've all endured inflation. Well, that means it's made putting a meal on the table that much harder for those families that are close to the edge, and put many more of them on our radar.
Exactly right. And they are coming because of that. And by the way, it's caused some problems for the Salvation Army too, because we purchase food, we purchase gasoline, so that the cost is really increasing to the Salvation Army to provide the service as well. So to get the meals out to the street, and meals are half of the equation. The other half of the equation is the shelter and the treatment that happens at the Harbor Light. So there, we always talk about the bread part, but the bed part is as important too, where individuals come in and really get the help that they need in a shelter or through alcohol and drug treatment programs.
Well, and that's what we have found, Dan, is all too often, maybe they won't come to you for help with the problem they have, but you can get the help to them once you get them in the door for a meal or for a bed. It's a It's a gateway to get away from the drugs.
Right. And then it's not a handout. This is not about a handout. This is about a hand up, helping them become productive members of society.
Dan, you've got some pink slips there. Let's say thank you to some of the people that have been donating out there. And again, it is texting BREAD to 24365, and these people did just that.
Absolutely. We've got Gary from Macomb donated $250, which really is $500 with the match. We also have Madeline from Troy giving a $500 donation, which is $1,000.
Thank you, Madeline.
We've got Sheila from my hometown of Clarkston, $500, another $1,000 right there. And then we have a $1,200 donation right here from Joel from Farmington Hills.
Joel, thank you very much. And
thank you, Joel.
We welcome donations of all sizes, but that $1,200 donation.
If I did the math right, what is that, 50?
That'll feed 50 people for a month.
But it's times 2, so it's 100.
Right.
It's 100.
Right.
So there we go.
So, we're working our math chops fast and furiously here. And Dick Purtan, that match is going to make a heck of a lot of difference. We thank you.
Well, it's as I listen to you guys talk there, it's not only fruit and food. It's it's hats and gloves and blankets and shoes and hot chocolate. And boy, what a winter it's been, huh? And so, as the Colonel said, you're out there. Salvation Army trucks are out there. The 3 trucks are out there doing about 60 miles every day. And on the routes that they go in the neighborhoods. Remember now, we're the only city in the country that has the trucks like this. So it's a very, very big program, huge program that's been around for so many years. So please donate right now. Once again, SAL-HOPE, that's 833-SAL-HOPE, which would be 725-4673, or text BREAD, as Guy said, 24365.
And we can't do it without you, and you're making a huge difference with your donations. Let's keep it rolling here on News Talk 760 WJR. It's 444. Much more from the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon here on News Talk 760 when we return.
And thank you.
After a storm, Consumers Energy works around the clock to keep you safe and restore your power. But if you see a downed wire, stay 25 feet away. Then call 911 and Consumers Energy. Remember, even if the wire appears harmless, it could be dangerous. It could still be deadly. So stay away and stay alive. Consumers Energy. Count on us.
Most Americans don't know that the precursors to the deadliest diseases are found in the mouth. Tune in Sunday at 3 p.m. on 760 WJR to hear Dr. Doug Thompson, leading medicine expert, tell us what we need to know.
Tune in at 3 p.m. every Saturday for the Veterans Perspective with host MVAA Director Adam Ollier, presented by the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. Veterans Perspective, Saturdays at 3 on 760 WJR.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With car prices at an all-time high, our donors are now getting highest receipts ever. Donate at carsforkids.org, and your car can be picked up tomorrow.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Join Ann Thomas as she talks to the movers and shakers making the biggest difference in the D. It's Opportunity Detroit, presented by Rocket Mortgage, every Sunday at 1 p.m. on 760 WJR.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver," unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell and Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. CordellCordell.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic. Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's extended President's Day sale. Hurry, sale ends March 1st. Blindster.com.
WJR Traffic First is sponsored by New Image Building Services. With so many companies coming back to the office full-time or hybrid, you got to keep it clean. New Image Building Services can keep your business open and safe. Your employees and visitors expect it. Learn more at newimagebldg.com. An accident blocks your right shoulder on I-94 eastbound after I-96. And we've got a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane of the Davison Freeway eastbound ramp to I-75 northbound. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. A mix of sun and clouds with a high of 31 this afternoon. We'll get some snow showers after midnight. Low of 23 for tonight. Sunny with a high of 42 for Saturday. Right now, partly sunny and 31 degrees. I'm Rich Luzinski, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Welcome to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. $120 feeds 5 people for an entire month. To donate what you can, call 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365 now. Once again, here are Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
And we are in the midst of the Purtan family match, $36,000 for every dollar that you donate. Dick and his family will match it with $1 of their own so that we can do double the work that we would normally in this segment, and we thank them for their tireless support. That $36,000 in honor of the 36 years that Dick has been involved with making sure that the Bed and Bread Club can change as many lives as possible.
Yep.
And Dick, we've got a friend of yours. We'll let you introduce him.
I think, is this Mr. Charlie Nemus?
It is indeed.
Okay, Charlie is kind of my financial guy, and we talked to him today, and he said, "Hey, you haven't called me about being on the Radiothon." I said, "Yeah, I meant to." But anyway, Charlie, thank you for joining us. And Charlie, as I said, is a financial guy, my financial guy, and it's a Nemus Rush Group. So what can you tell us? Maybe some people are concerned about giving and how much they can maybe write off, type of thing.
Well, Dick, I want to start by saying thank you for giving 36 years of your time and effort to the Bed and Bread Club.
Thank you, Charlie.
I know it's been an awful lot of donations that you've made personally and of your time as well. And just so everybody knows, Dick not only gives of his time and his treasure, but also of himself. He goes out on the trucks in the past and actually given to the needy of Detroit and handing out food to them as well, and on many, many occasions. So I want to thank you for that as well, Dick.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Now let's
How
get to the
about?
exciting stuff and talk about income tax strategies.
Yeah.
Well, and we don't want to make it. I guess the fact is that there is a tax advantage to being generous, and while that is not the motivation for many people, it is something that you can take advantage of. And this is a 501c3, so this is a fully tax deductible donation.
Yep.
Yeah, and a couple different ways you can do that too, Guy, is that you can gift appreciated securities to the charity. So the way that works is, let's say you buy a stock for $200. And it's currently worth $500, you can give that stock to the charity, get the deduction for the $500 potentially. Most likely you didn't invest in FTX though with Sam Bankman-Fried, but
oh Lord,
that's what you would call tales from the crypto, by the way.
Oh, yeah, those are the guys wearing barrels, right? Yeah.
I've been hanging around
No, yes.
too long. I apologize. But anyways. So what happens is that $500 goes to the charity. 501c3s don't pay taxes, so they sell the stock on their side, so there's no capital gains. But remember, you bought it for $200, it's worth $500. So if you were to sell it, you would have $300 worth of capital gains, which goes up to 23.8% taxes. But because you gave that stock worth $500 to the charity instead of selling it, you not only save on the capital gains tax, but you got the deduction as well for the contribution. So it's a very efficient way from a tax standpoint to be charitable. Instead of giving potentially cash or on charge cards, you could do that as well.
Well, and it also you're able to give more money, correct? I mean, that's
right.
that's the big bonus, is that you can be even have more impact with your donation.
And the other way too is through a qualified charitable distribution, which is called a QCD. And what the IRS decided to do is make it more, believe it or not, efficient to give to charities. So money that comes out of an IRA, for instance, is taxed at the highest tax brackets. It's called ordinary income. But they allow you to give up to $100,000 per person. So a husband and wife could get $200,000 directly from their IRA. You have to be 70 and a half or older, but directly from their IRA to the charity. And then the charity gets the full benefit of the $100,000. $100,000 in that case, if that were, it could be $1,000 too, by the way. But that never shows up on your individual tax return as being income to you, as a normal distribution would from an IRA. And the thing is, too, it could potentially reduce your Medicare premiums, because Medicare premiums are now based on how much money you make or how much money shows up on the bottom line of your tax return. So you not only, reduce the amount of the ordinary income tax for money coming out of an IRA, you also potentially reduce your Medicare premiums. Those are two big advantages, two different things you can do when being charitable, and differently giving cash if you choose.
Well, they are powerful tools that make your generosity be even more powerful than it otherwise would have been. Charlie, thanks so much for the schooling that you just gave us. We appreciate that. And then in addition to those asset-driven donations that Charlie was speaking of, there's the good old-fashioned cash donation, or through your credit card, that we will always take by texting BREAD right now to 24365 or 833-SAL-HOPE. And Dick was saying earlier, and Charlie, thanks very much for being with us and sharing
Thank you, Charlie.
Your expertise.
Well, I got one more thing I wanted to say real quickly.
Sure.
Oh, dear.
I just wanted to tell Dick that the Nemus Family Foundation would like to give $10,000 to the Bed and Bread Club.
Oh, right.
Charlie.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Charlie. So this is good for the person who receives and the person that gives
That's
too,
right.
So that's wonderful. Thank you, Charlie. That's really sweet.
Thank you, Charlie.
Hi,
And,
Kathy. Thank you so
and you're
much.
taking advantage of the Purtan family match as well. We deeply appreciate it. $10,000 from Charlie Nemus. So we thank you so very much. And Dick made an interesting point a few moments ago that
I did.
that it's just not the bed or the bread or the fellowship and the love that you get. But when we tell people to call Sal Hope, it's really about hope. Right, Dan? I mean, this is
absolutely.
It's about selling a new beginning for a lot of these people.
Yep, love and hope.
It is.
Big
This
words.
truck is on the road 24-365. That's why it's the text bread 24-365.
And make that hope possible for many, many more Detroiters. We know
How much
this
time
ice
do we have
storm-
left here on this guy?
We've
for this
got
giving matching
about
fun?
60 seconds on the nose.
Ooh. 60 seconds. Well, we got 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, to dial the number 1-833. Well, you don't need the 1, I guess. Just 833-SELL-HOPE, 725-4673. 833-725-4673, or BREAD, BREAD, to 24365. And it's really winding down time-wise, and when it's gone, it's gone. So please do. It'll mean a lot.
On this match, and we thank you so much for it. And we should point out that with this ice storm over the past 48 hours, we know that a lot of families were inconvenienced. My son is still without power. He's living with me for the next couple of days with his wife and son, and it's an inconvenience. And you say the house is cold, but you know that the power is going to come back on. For so many Detroiters, there is no power, there is no heat, there is no home, and there is no food. You're filling that gap in their lives right now, and we'll do more of that when we come back.
I'm Ann Thomas. Congratulations to the 2023 Women Who Lead class. Pamela Ahee Thomas, Edmund T. Ahee Jewelers designer, credits her dad for the family's strong work ethic.
He was an amazing businessman, and he was tough. I mean, he worked us. We worked very hard.
To learn more about Pamela Ahee Thomas, go to WJR.com. Special thanks to General Motors for supporting Women Who Lead.
Please consider this your personal invitation to join me, Steve Courtney, along with WDIV's Jamie Edmonds for the WJR Sportsbook, Monday nights from 7 to 8, proudly presented by our friends at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Providing healthcare to people who need it most. That's the simple but powerful purpose behind Doctors Without Borders. We treat wounded people in war zones, care for malnourished children, and provide safe reproductive healthcare. We're on the ground in emergencies, from Ukraine to Afghanistan. We put patients first, and we go where we're needed most. Because at Doctors Without Borders, we believe people deserve to be treated with compassion and dignity. We treat our patients completely free of charge and without regard to race, religion, or politics. Doctors Without Borders has provided free, life-saving medical care for over 50 years. And thanks to the 6 million people around the world who support our work, Doctors Without Borders will continue to put our patients first.
Please consider this your personal invitation to join me, Steve Courtney, along with WDIV's Jamie Edmonds for the WJR Sportsbook, Monday nights from 7 to 8, proudly presented by our friends at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
officials electing to tear it down to avoid sensationalizing the crime scene. University of Idaho President Scott Green saying in a statement, quote, "This is a healing step and removes the physical structure where the crime that shook our community was committed." Green also announcing plans for the creation of a memorial and healing garden to honor the 4 students killed on November 13th. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
The murder suspect is held without bail and due back in court in June. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
Maintain the safety of your warehouse staff and inventory with Shelving.com's selection of industrial products such as high-strength guardrails and safety gear like padded work belts and gloves, or create secure storage with durable Unirack pallet racks, post protectors, and safety netting. At Shelving.com, we rack your world. Expect slow traffic on I-275 northbound between Ford Road and M14. Still have that accident on I-94 eastbound after I-96. And it looks like we still have those ramp restrictions on the Davison eastbound at I-75. Your left lane of the Davison Freeway eastbound ramp to I-75 northbound is blocked. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Mix of sun and clouds for the remainder of the day. We'll get some snow showers after midnight tonight with a low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 Saturday. Right now, partly sunny and 30 degrees. I'm Rich Luzinski, WJR traffic and weather first.
This is Matt Paul, Executive Vice President, DTE, with an important safety message. Wednesday's major ice storm took down several thousand power lines. We're urging everyone, especially kids and pets, to please stay out of their yards. Be on the lookout for fallen wires. Stay 25 feet away from them and anything they may be touching, as those could also be electrified. And report down power lines by calling 1-800-477-4747. Please stay safe.
If your power is out, a generator can make things easier. But DTE wants you to know how to keep your family safe. Never ever use a portable generator inside your home. It emits carbon monoxide, which can be deadly. Keep it outside, away from windows and doors, so the fumes won't come in. Read the manufacturer's safety instructions and follow them. Generators can make outages more bearable, but please use them safely. DTE.
Curtain up. The DSO throws a big, joyous, lit-up, buoyant celebration of the life and work of Stephen Sondheim. It's Sondheim and Beyond. It features his iconic works, but also those by other Broadway legends. Buy tickets now at DSO.org. March 10th through March 12th at Orchestra Hall. Sondheim and Beyond with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement, Sunday afternoons at 2. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
3 people you should be 100% certain about: your barber, your plumber, and your tax pro. Switch to Jackson Hewitt and you can be 100% certain about your taxes. We'll get you your maximum refund guaranteed and we'll back your return for life. Don't be kind of certain or almost certain. Be 100% certain. Switch to Jackson Hewitt today and get 50% off tax prep. Limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
O'Reilly. Count on the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your vehicle and budget. Get maximum cooling system performance for 10 years or 300,000 miles with peak long life universal premixed antifreeze and coolant. Now just $6.99 after mail-in rebate. Limits apply. See store for details. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the 36th Annual Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on 760 WJR. With 3 ways to donate now. Visit sametrodetroit.org. Text BREAD to 24365 or call 833-SAL-HOPE.
Down again.
And keep the Bed and Bread trucks rolling.
There you go.
Now with more, here are Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
And as we were going to break, just as we were going to break, as the seconds were ticking off the clock on the Purtan family match, in comes a very special donation. Dan Aronson, tell us about it.
I believe this is Dick Purtan's church of Northridge Church donated $5,000 to the foundation.
$5,000 from your church, Dick.
Very nice, Pastor Brad Powell and Wayne Curtis, the assistant. Thank you so much, and all the people who go to that church.
And they're looking forward to you and Donna being back in the pews next week. I know you're going to be that Florida stuff. You want to be up there.
Well, maybe give me another week after that too.
Yeah.
Let me trade places with you.
And if you don't sing in the choir, they're going to send in another $5,000.
Okay.
If you promise not to sing.
That's right.
You should hear him karaoke, but go ahead.
Do we have another special announcement yet?
That may be our next challenge.
Okay.
So, and also, we want to remind folks that as we were going to break, we went to the tote board, but it wasn't quite toting yet.
Oh.
So here is the total from last hour: $1,060,000, $156,000.
There we go.
$1,000. So,
good.
All
Beautiful.
right.
but
good.
that
Thank
means
you.
that we still have about $740,000 to raise before 7 o'clock rolls around. We have less than 2 hours to do that, so we welcome your donations, and we ask you in all humility to call, please, at 833-SAL-HOPE or text the word bread to 24365. And we welcome in one of our oldest friends, supporters, and a gentleman that has done so much for this community. And the Ford Motor Company Fund, of course, is our presenting sponsor. We welcome in Edsel B. Ford II. Edsel, good afternoon.
Hello, Guy. How are you?
Very good, sir. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. And then where do we find you today?
Well, actually, I'm with Dick in Florida. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That
I
makes
am
both
waving
of
to
you.
you.
It makes you ever so much smarter than the rest of us that are hanging out here. I got to ask you, you're a car guy. You've been a car guy your entire life. And as we're talking about this electrification thing, it tickles me because I know at your great-grandfather's house, there is a kind of a turntable there in the garage with an electric plug for three-phase power behind it. Your great-grandmother drove an electric car 100 years ago.
She did. As a matter of fact, I don't know exactly the story, but apparently Henry decided to give Clara an electric car as a gift. And of course, electricity back then was a lot different than it is today. But the automobile is at the Henry Ford. And once we finish the garage in Fairlane, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to bring the Detroit Electric, what was the name of it, back to the house so we can show visitors what it looks like.
Yeah, 100 years ago, the ladies liked the electric cars because they didn't want to have to get out and crank it at the front when they were, in their finery. And an electric car, you didn't have to do that. You just climbed in and kicked it. You didn't kick it into gear. You just kicked the pedal down.
Right.
Yeah, and there was a tiller, and it was, back then it was a fairly modern car, a little high up for maybe the ladies of the time, but it was a wonderful automobile, and of course it had a big windshield and great visibility. So all in all, I think for those days it probably was pretty smart.
It was probably a lot quieter than the engines of those days too, I would imagine.
I think it probably
yeah, but I mean, you must be marveling as I do this incredible transition and transformation that the company that bears your name is going through.
Well, it's pretty exciting, and I think what's so exciting for me is the response that the consumers have had. Every time I read an article about F-Series pickup trucks, it's always about the fully electric Lightning. People are thrilled with the new Mustang Mach-E. We've got, new fully electric vehicles coming in the future, and it's exciting times for our industry. I've been a gasoline man most of my life, and so to watch this transition, it's interesting, to say the least.
Well, and you don't have to sacrifice fun, do you?
No. These are very very quick cars, have great acceleration, but then of course they have they're very quiet and no emissions. And I had a long talk with an engineer not too long ago. you really just need 220 in your garage, and you plug it in when you come home at night, and the next morning you're fully charged. So it's not as difficult as maybe some people think it is.
We should also point out that you have an announcement for us this afternoon.
I do, guys. Cynthia and I would like to pledge $35,000 match for this hour, as we've done in the past. And I have been involved with the Salvation Army for 25 or 30 years, and I'm still involved at the national level. So it's a wonderful organization. Cynthia and I think very highly of all the things that are happening, and especially Colonel Turner and his entire team in Southeast Michigan. And the Bed and Bread Club is an important feature of the Salvation Army in Detroit. So we're very pleased to make the $35,000 match grant.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Incredible.
So, to all of you in our audience that have been thinking about calling in, and as we hold up the big check here, the big foam check that we have, $35,000 match for every dollar that you donate, thanks to Etzel B. Ford II, it will do the work of $2, and that will continue for the next 58 minutes here on News Talk 760. I should say 48 minutes. We're at 5:12. It does the work of a lot. Etzel, thank you so much. Best to you and Cynthia, and enjoy the sunshine down there. We're missing you up here.
Well, I miss being home, Guy, but I'll tell you, the weather down here for the last week, as Dick knows, has been really special. So I'm coming home. It's just a matter of time.
All righty. Well, we thank you for checking in with us, as you do, and so generously checking in with that $35,000 match. We certainly appreciate it.
Thanks, Guy.
Thank you
Thank
very
you, Etzel.
much. Dick, year in and year out, I mean, the wonderful thing is the deep friendships that you form through this radiothon, and the long contracts and friendships that people have with the Salvation Army.
Well, I was at an event. The Goodfellows had an event one year, a few years ago, and this is between radio stations in terms of where was the radiothon going to end up. And Etzel came walking along the hall, and I grabbed him and I said, "Etzel, can I see you a moment?" He said, "Sure." And we talked it over. I said, "Could you do it? You know the JR people pretty well." And so he did. And the next thing I knew, you guys had signed on to do the radiothon. So I'm very appreciative to him for enabling us to do this together as we are today, Guy.
Well, and we really appreciate the opportunity to make a difference and to be associated with you, the Salvation Army, Dan Aronson and his family and their foundation and the good works that they're doing. I mean, it's these partnerships and these friendships that are meaningful and are doing really meaningful work. And so it means a lot. And we hope that those of you, as you probably at 5:15 are beginning to sit down, do a little meal prep, getting ready for to sit at the table with your family. Certainly, I know that you're going to say grace and be appreciative for the food on the table. Think of those folks that aren't going to be experiencing that don't know where the next meal is coming from. And you can make a difference in their lives. And the work of $1 will do the work of $2 by calling us now at 833 Sal Hope, 833-725-4673. And imagine for a moment, as you look at your loved ones at that table, if you couldn't provide them with the nutrition and the sustenance that they need, what that would feel like, to see the hunger in their eyes and in their faces, and the disappointment that you would be feeling, and the
Good point,
helplessness.
Guy. And I read in a book yesterday that if you give, for example, today with the Salvation Army, it lowers your blood pressure, makes you feel good, and lowers your blood pressure. That's what they say, medically speaking. So,
Gratitude.
Yep, gratitude is right. Yep.
That is exactly right. And this is from Dan Aronson, our wellness expert, to my right here. So, take it from him. When we come back, more. We've got some very special guests just ahead that we're looking forward to talking with, and we're looking forward, to acknowledging your donations. You're on News Talk 760, the 36th Annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR.
Mike Dwyer started driving one of the Salvation Army bed and bread trucks during the COVID-19 pandemic. He says it was this very radiothon that drew his attention to the fact that this is something he could actually do.
I knew about the Radiothon, but I didn't connect it to something that I could do. And then I heard they were looking for drivers, and I had a meeting with a couple folks, and I actually rode with a driver. And I remember meeting this tall, thin woman on a Saturday afternoon about 4:00, and she was just at the window, and she said, I don't want any hot dogs, but I just have some juice and some crackers. And it just hit my heart. So I decided to do it.
Mike says you must have the heart to carry out the Salvation Army's mission through the Bed and Bread program, which is evident through the relationships he's built with people on the routes.
You develop kind of a love for the folks on the route. How are you? You want to be there, and then when they aren't, you start to worry what happened. It's where are they? This guy's counting on me. And I guess this population is transient, but you really do connect to them.
To help, text BREAD to 24365 or by calling 833-SAL-HOPE.
After a storm, Consumers Energy works around the clock to keep you safe and restore your power. But if you see a downed wire, stay 25 feet away. Then call 911 and Consumers Energy. Remember, even if the wire appears harmless, it could be dangerous. It could still be deadly. So stay away and stay alive. Consumers Energy. Count on us.
Hunger and homelessness don't take a day off. The Salvation Army's Bed and Bread program provides food and shelter every single day of the year. More than 72,000 nights of shelter and more than 1.3 million meals to our community's most vulnerable. Your donation to the Bed and Bread Club Radiothon makes it all possible. Donate today by texting BREAD to 24365 and tune in to this year's Radiothon on 760 WJR beginning at 4 p.m. February 23rd. Then live beginning at 6 a.m. February 24th.
This is Brian Godfrey from Pat Milliken Ford, and I'm excited to announce it's Ford Truck Month, the best time to buy or lease a new Ford truck. We have a large selection of F-150s and financing options starting at 0% APR plus $1,000 bonus cash to help get you into your next Ford truck. In addition to the great offers on trucks, we're also offering 0% APR financing on new Ford Escapes, Edges, and Explorers. And we can help get you out of your current lease no matter where you got it. As one of the nation's largest Ford dealers, we have hundreds of new Fords in stock and ready for immediate delivery. And if we don't have exactly what you want, we'll be happy to custom order your next Ford your way. Let us help you find your next vehicle today. We're conveniently located on Telegraph Road, 1 mile south of I-96, or online at patmillikenford.com. Pat Milliken Ford, over 60 years of delivering the experience you deserve.
0% APR for 36 months with Ford credit approval. Bonus cash on F-150 XLT only. Expires 4/3/23.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is my wife.
I only trust the guys with my home.
You'd think that would have bothered me. Maybe a little jealous, but no. Since my wife found the InsideOutsideGuys.com, I get to golf more, hunt more, and I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife and kids.
Aww.
A sincere thank you to the Inside Outside Guys.
For housing information you can trust, listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. or 24/7 at the InsideOutsideGuys.com.
The Inside Outside Guys are brought to you in part by Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Whatever temperature this winter brings, whatever technical issues arise, Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning is ready to help. Whether you need a quick fix, a $59 tune-up, or an entirely new heating system, Sharon's will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort. Schedule an appointment today by visiting SharonsHeating.com. That's SharonsHeating.com. Sharon's, the home of the $59 tune-up. Bryant, whatever it takes.
WJR Traffic and Weather first.
Look out for an accident on I-94 eastbound after 11 Mile, and we still have that disabled vehicle blocking the left lane of the Davison Freeway eastbound ramp to I-75 northbound. Now WJR Weather first from the Weather Channel. We'll get some snow showers after midnight tonight with a low of 23, sunny with a high of 42 Saturday. Right now, partly sunny and 29 degrees. I'm Rich Fluzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather first.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
You've got the 2023 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. It's the charity drive that shelters more than 72,000 Metro Detroiters every year. Call and donate right now. 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more with Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
And we are in the midst of a $35,000 match courtesy of Edsel B. Ford II and Cynthia Ford. And that means that every dollar you donate will do the work of two, thanks to their generous match. And we welcome in a guy that may be the busiest guy in Hollywood right now. Tim Allen, good afternoon.
Hi, everybody. Ho, ho, ho.
Well,
Hey, Tim.
Is it ho, 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 or is it to infinity and beyond? Or is it both?
Well, I can't right now. We're right a week into a new series for second season from the Santa Clauses I'm shooting right now. Just got out of 4 hours of makeup, and I'm just sitting here waiting to talk to you and make sure somebody gets Dick a new shirt.
What was that? Are you, speaking of shirts, are you in your Santa costume?
No, I just got out of it.
Just got out, okay.
Just
Yeah,
got out
okay.
of it and just had a little bite to eat, and I'm calling you guys because I was thrilled that you wanted me to call.
Oh, did we ever? Absolutely.
Yeah, we did get word, though, that Toy Story 5 is green lit and that you're back as Buzz. Is that correct?
It's a strange story with these guys because of the kind of a confusion with that ancillary production they did called Lightyear, which had literally nothing to do with it. It was weird. It had nothing to do with the Toy Story franchise other than the fact they used the look and the name of that
character. Yeah.
All the while they were going to do a thought about if they can find a story. And this is really, really creative people, because a lot of the inside people like myself, but number 3 was it. We ended number 3. It was a perfect movie. Then they somehow rebooted and kind of did an epilogue on number 4. And now the real hard guys like me go, how do you find a story? I know the guy's right that won't out him, and he's done a lot on number 3, and if he didn't find it, he wouldn't have pitched it. And it was over a year ago that they thought they'd do it, and they won't do this for as much as people like to think dark thoughts about Pixar. They won't do this for money. It's not that's what they do it. If they could find a story that will extend Toy Story's magic, then they're going to do it. And right now they called and talked to Hanks, and I were both on location. He's in England doing a movie, and I'm here at Fox Studios in Los Angeles, and they said we'd like to talk to you guys about doing another one, and both of us said howdy. I think he said something howdy, some cowboy thing, and I said like, oh. But so we're excited about that, and I said I don't like getting into this makeup. I love that these people that put Santa together to do this. It's kind of these days I'm old school. It's like I'm still an AM radio guy that you do these streaming series for Disney Plus. It's a hybrid of a movie. We shoot it like a movie. It's on a movie set, and there's sets, and there's action and all that. It's also compartmentalized into chapters. That's what I like to call them. So it's a 6-hour movie, if you will, that was on last fall. For the first one, it did very well for Disney, opened up the door, so we get to see what Santa's world is like. And the writers are clever, and it's safe for the family. It's funny for adults. It's funny for kids. And I said, so I'm pretty excited about. I have to get excited. By age, I do not like this makeup situation. I'm not a happy guy, because today it's freezing cold here in Los Angeles, and that only means that the mucilage, or whatever they call it, the glue that holds it to my head sticks really good. So it was a real bear getting it off this morning. And I was here very early, and now it's late afternoon actually for you guys.
That's how I keep my mustache on, Tim. So that's how I keep my mustache on.
Yeah, okay.
Glue it on.
And that's the worst part, is they put on the Dick Purtan mustache.
That's right. Yeah, think of the saving
You need
it
a lot
off.
of extra mucilage for that, let me tell you.
Sure do.
I come up with these words, unguents and emollients, and then all of us are going, Unguents. Is there a word? This is totally unrelated. My kid, who, blessed be, she did an audition just reading the script one day, and I wanted to put my young daughter as an elf just in the background so we'd all have it at Christmas and see her. She ended up reading cut two. She got the lead role of the 13-year-old daughter. She happens to be 13 of Sandra Claus, so is nothing. I didn't want it. My wife didn't want it. She's a really good athlete, really good in school. We want her to finish school. This is an opportunity, and she's drilling it. She's like a natural at this.
Terrific.
But she's here doing her homework, and she's in my dressing room, and we're coming to this thing. Both of us are going. She's trying to do a little play about the difference between sympathy and empathy. And after I'm done with you guys, think about it today. What is the difference between those two words? And we couldn't figure it out. I don't know why that came up, but there you go.
Well, but I got to tell
Well, Elizabeth's
you,
a smart
for
girl.
as long as I've been part of this radiothon, you've shown empathy to the homeless in Detroit and the hungry in Detroit with your support, and we just really appreciate it, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't tell you how much I appreciate the Salvation Army. All of it through my life I have. When my parents are from Denver, we were involved in it. Detroit was marvelous. Salvation Army does their job extremely proficiently for the guys like me, where the dollars you spend go to where they're supposed to go. It's something I'm really into. Here in Los Angeles, it's a huge problem. The Salvation Army is overwhelmed here. And I said, that being said, I got this. I figured out if you can match, I'm asking somebody's out there match. I got 25 grand, not right here with me, of course, but somewhere.
Well, you're Santa. You
under
can
the
make that happen.
Check the Santa suit.
but put it out there for you guys. I got 25 grand. Let's match it, and then you come up with 25. I'll come up with 25.
All right, beautiful.
Bless you.
Good way, Tim.
This is
no clapping. My priest and my minister said God doesn't have a wallet. That's up to us. You know, God doesn't have a wallet. He works through us, and blessings come my way, and I just pass it on. The Salvation Army, especially there.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. You are Santa.
Yeah,
really. Yeah, you are.
I believe in Santa for sure. Now I do.
Yeah, we thank you for dropping down our chimney with that. And listen, good luck on both films. And we've got to, you understand this, we got to get to a break here. But the match is
Get to a break there, but it's 25 grand. Come on, people. The next hour, put it together. You know, in the little parentheses, you're probably going to get it no matter what you do. But I said I'd like to match the 25. Come up with 25, and the 25 grand comes.
Thank you, Tim.
We'll come up with the 25 because who can say no to Santa and Buzz Lightyear?
Together. Yeah, exactly right.
All right.
Tim, get a new shirt. I just wanted to make it seem like I can see through the radio.
And we'll be nice, even though we've been naughty on occasion, but not today. Tim, thanks so much.
Dick Purtan in a tank top. That's what it is.
Be well, my friend. Thank you so much, Tim Allen. With a $25,000 match, you'll get an opportunity.
Many thanks, Tim.
Next on News Talk 760 WJR.
When the storm hits and power goes out, Consumers Energy crews are working to restore power day and night. So when you see our crews or the amber lights on our Consumers Energy trucks, remember to slow down and go around. This gives our coworkers space to restore your power as quickly and safely as possible. Thank you for looking out for our crews while you're on the road. Consumers Energy, count on us.
Interested in advertising your business on WJR? Send an email to advertising@wjr.com. With nearly 10 million people residing within the reach of our signal, WJR gets results. Email us today, advertising@wjr.com.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. Stocks take their biggest tumble since December after a new economic report.
The latest inflation numbers from the Commerce Department indicate prices are still rising. The PCE index for January increased 0.6%, up 5.4% for the year ending last month.
Fox's Ginny Cosola, the Dow falling 337 points. On this one-year anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Secretary of State Antony Blinken tells the UN Security Council no member should call for peace while supporting Russia's aggression.
In this war, there is an aggressor and there is a victim. Russia fights for conquest. Ukraine fights for its freedom.
And the U.S. is imposing new economic sanctions on Russia. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
On I-94 eastbound at West Grand Boulevard, we still have that wreck on I-94 eastbound after 11 Mile. And we've got a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane of the Davison Freeway eastbound ramp to I-75 northbound. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. We'll get some snow showers after midnight tonight with a low of 23, sunny with a high of 42 for Saturday. Right now, partly sunny and 29 degrees. I'm Rich Bluzensky, WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's extended President's Day sale. Hurry, sale ends March 1st. Blindster.com.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements. And today, 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-857-5656. That's 800-857-5656.
Hey gang, it's Jim Harper with Cam Carmen inviting you to join us on our new show, The Great Michigan Weekend, Saturday mornings 8 to 10 here on WJR. Brought to you by Hungry Howie's, the originators of flavored crust pizza.
We'll tell you all about everything going on in Michigan so you and your family can make the most of our beautiful state.
Complete rundown on sports, trivia too, with some pretty cool prizes.
Join us for the Great Michigan Weekend this Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m.
Only on 760 WJR.
At Hungry Howie's, we know what you like. Toys. Kind of a no-brainer, right? Enter Hungry Howie's Mix and Match menu. Choose any 2 items for just $6.99 each. So go ahead, choose. A medium 1-topping pizza and a regular salad, or a Howie sub in a Pepsi 4-pack. Or maybe you want to try our brand new no-dough bowl and a Howie cookie. I know I do. Or even a Howie bread and a Howie cookie. There are no rules. Except the rule that you pick 2 for $6.99 each. Choice is good.
Hungry
Howie's.
Do you know the number one mistake homeowners make with their roof? It's something we see happen way too often. Homeowners wait until after their roof leaks to call us for an inspection. When a leak happens, now the homeowner is frustrated with 2 problems instead of 1. The roof still needs to be replaced, but now there is also significant damage to their home. It's doubly painful because it's completely avoidable. If your roof is aging, call the experts at Performance Remodeling and get a free roof inspection now before the extreme weather hits. Our inspections are accurate, thorough, and free. If your roof still has years of life, you can relax knowing everything is okay. If you need replacement, we'll lay out your options. Call Performance Remodeling at 586-540-6000 or visit windowsroofingsiding.com. Right now, you can get a roof for as little as $3 a day. That's 586-540-6000 or windowsroofingsiding.com.
You've got the 2023 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. It's the charity drive that shelters more than 72,000 Metro Detroiters every year. Call and donate right now. 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more with Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
So thanks to some of our generous friends, I think we're at that moment in a poker tournament where the guy at the end says, I'm all in. And that's what we're doing right now. We are tripling down right now on our challenges. And that is thanks to Edsel B. Ford II with a $35,000 match. And then Tim Allen, who is working 2 movies as we speak. I don't know if the guy knows he's Santa Lightyear or Buzz Claus. I mean, he's having to go back and forth between studios as he does this. And he took the time out to put down a $25,000 challenge. So for every donation from this moment on, it will do the work of $3. 1 for 3. And so we invite you to call 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. And Dick Purtan, we have a special guest, a good friend of yours.
Well, who would that be?
That would be Mike Seltzer.
Hello, Michael. How are you, sir?
Well, I am just fine, Dick and Guy. I want to thank you for getting that Tim Allen out of the way. You know, I don't know if you know this or remember this, but I gave him his first break. I put him in his first TV commercial for Wearmaster Mufflers. And I think, Jackie, you probably wrote the commercial.
I probably did.
Really?
I'm glad we got him out of the way because he's a pain in the neck.
Well, and he obviously didn't do very well because where the heck is Wearmaster Mufflers now? Are they still around?
Good point.
I don't know. I have no idea myself.
I think that they expanded rapidly and then closed all their shops. But that's another thing.
Well, we wrote some great commercials for them.
But they did it without a sound. That was the important thing.
Well, Mike had a great advertising. What's that, Michael?
I want to thank you, Dick, and commend you for your years of great charitable work for the Salvation Army. You know, you and I both had great media careers, and I humbly follow in your footsteps doing charity work since I retired. Really, the only difference between Dick and I is that I was able to hold a job in the same place for 40 years rather than hopscotching around from state to state. Mainly that was because I owned my own company, but don't think that it was easy dealing with me. You know, I had many stern conversations with myself and walked out on myself many times, but I always moved myself back with bonuses and perks like a case of shrimp or whatever.
And you really drove a hard bargain against yourself, obviously, too.
Thank you. But that aside, starting in, I think it was 87 or 88, Dick created great.
It was one of those two. I can't remember which one.
Yeah. Well, I think it was either 88. You were on WGPR at that time doing mornings with the electrifying Mojo.
I don't think so.
WGPR with Bob Allison doing
I remember that.
Bowling for Dollars on the radio.
Of course. Highlight of my career. I'll tell you.
I have fond remembrances of the other thing that you and I have done together, and that's the many Detroit radio reunions that we started that same year in 1988.
Mike's the genius behind those reunions, for those that have been there.
Well, genius is a great word. I think, could you say that a few more times because my wife is listening?
Sure. Is it true that she told me you only wear the funny hat that you always wear?
Oh, yeah.
Is because you don't have any hair?
Well, that's one reason, but it also attracts a lot of attention. And when I ring the bell for the Salvation Army at Christmas time, that gets a lot of attention too.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that very much.
I have many fond remembrances of the Detroit radio reunions. And one of the reasons that we made Dick our MC was that he promised that he could commandeer a bed and bed truck to serve free meals to his old DJ friends. And I'll never forget.
You weren't going to tell.
Yeah, I remember Soupy being indignant because we had white bread and he was demanding Jewish rye. You remember that, Dick?
Sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
It does.
The only thing that gasses up the bed and bread truck is your donations, and we want to remind you our phone lines are open, and we've got 2 challenges at work, 2 matches at work right now. Text the word bread to 24365 or call 833-SAL-HOPE, 833-725-4673. Mike, forgive me for interrupting, but we had to do that advertisement. I'm sure you understand.
I completely understand. That was my business. But let me just say one last thing, and then I'll let you guys go do your thing. I want to thank the Salvation Army for their great support of our Detroit Public Television documentary, which was a tribute to our good friend Dick Purtan that aired this past fall. It was, I'm sure it'll air again because it was a ratings blockbuster, particularly when all the Purtan kids are in town. But the Salvation Army was very
It works.
generous with their donation to make
There's a
that
reason to have
documentary.
6 kids. Yes, indeed. Well, I appreciate it, Michael. It was a great time, and they showed it 5 times. I don't know if they show all those shows 5 times, but I understand they had it on. I saw it once. But anyway, thank you, Mike.
So, yeah, it's my pleasure, Dick, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
You're a doll, Mike.
Have you got some money for us today, Michael?
I did. I already made my donation, but I'm not going to try to trump Tim Allen. So just, I like to do these things anonymously.
I got you. We appreciate every, as you say, Guy, every dollar becomes $2. So that's great.
That's
on
right.
These matches. Yep.
And let's quickly,
Thanks, guys.
there's a great equation here that is Colonel Turner mentioned a few moments ago. It's not the dollars, it's the meals, Dan. And that's what the real equation that we want to drive home to our
Absolutely.
listeners and donors today.
Yeah, when you join the club that's here for good, you can help feed 5 people for nearly a month for $120, which at our current ratio is 3, which would mean 15 people.
Yeah.
Right? With the matches going on currently.
So that's if you leverage your donation against all these matches, courtesy of Tim Allen and Edsel B. Ford II, it makes so much of a difference, and you can make more of a difference now than even just a few moments ago by calling as soon as you can to 833-SAL-HOPE. That's 833-SAL-HOPE.
Or you can text bread to 24365. That's 24 days. Wait, no. 24
hours.
365 year. And well, we'll get the math down before the day is out. We're trying to raise $1.8 million on behalf of the Salvation Army. We've got 1.1 so far. We've got a lot of work to go, and the only way we get to that goal is with your help. As you sit down to dinner with your family and you give your gratitude to the Lord above for the bounty that you have at your table, help fill the bellies of those.
Remember, folks, that Detroiters take care of each other, and the Bed and Bread program is really inspired by that spirit.
It is indeed. And we'll continue in that spirit here on News Talk 760 WJR.
Chef Michael Block, a classically trained chef who has worked in some of the area's fanciest kitchens, now oversees the feeding of the city's neediest and hungriest people.
93,000 loaves of bread a year, 300 gallons of hot chocolate in the winter months a week, 128,000 hot dogs a year.
Each meal off the Bed and Bread truck usually contains 2 sandwiches, fresh fruit, yogurt, soup, snack, and a hot drink.
So what we try to do is give enough calories for a day, for a whole day, because we realize that might be the only meal that person has for the whole day.
And the truck never takes a day off.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, we send out a full turkey meal on those 2 days. So I go through 1,800 pounds of turkey, 1,000 pounds of mashed potatoes, 1,000 pounds of stuffing, 800 pounds of vegetables. And it's all done from scratch. And it's all done by volunteers.
Chef Michael says he doesn't look back on his fancy days fixing top dollar dishes for discriminating palates. Now he says he feeds bodies and souls.
We're trying our hardest to do the most good for the most people and with whatever donations we get.
Marie Osborne, WJR News.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. CordellCordell.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or to download the app today.
Hear the real story of White Boy Rick, hosted by Detroit journalist Charlie LaDuff. Live at the Andiamo Celebrity Showroom in Warren, Saturday, March 18th. White Boy Rick. His life before, during, and after prison with a live Q&A. Tickets at andiamoshowroom.com or at 586-268-3200. VIP meet and greets also available. The real story of White Boy Rick, a one-on-one with journalist Charlie LaDuff at the Andiamo Showroom, Saturday, March 18th.
At Corewell Health, every leap forward starts with the same question. Can we? Can we use genetics to fight cancers? As in plural, as in all of them? Can we save a person's heart from 500 miles away using robots? Whoa, seriously? We can do that. Can we combine psychology, biology, and all the ologies to heal the whole person? At Corewell Health, we can. Visit corewellhealth.org and discover what we can do together.
WJR traffic and weather first.
Got an accident on I-94 eastbound before Livernois Avenue. It's causing stop-and-go traffic from Michigan Avenue, and a disabled vehicle blocks your left lane on the northbound Southfield Freeway at Warren Avenue. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Getting some snow showers after midnight tonight with a low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 for Saturday. Right now, partly sunny and 28 degrees. I'm Rich Luzensky, WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's extended President's Day sale. Hurry, sale ends March 1st. Blindster.com.
You've got the 2023 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. It's the charity drive that shelters more than 72,000 Metro Detroiters every year. Call and donate right now. 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more with Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
And Dick Purtan, we can leverage a lot and do a lot of really good work if for those folks that choose to donate right now, $1 does the work of $3.
Yep, that's right, Guy. We have a guy coming up here shortly. I'm not sure if he's on the line here, but he works with Tim Allen, so that should be a lot of fun. And maybe we can even talk to him to see if we can talk to Tim to give him $10 more. You never know. But anyway, folks, SAL-HOPE 1-833, forget the one, just 833-SAL-HOPE or 833-725-4673. It's the same thing, the number, or bread, text it to 24/365. Forget the slash.
And one of the things that that we're reminded of as our friends come back and visit us for this radiothon is you can take these folks out of Detroit, but you can't take the Detroiter out of them.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whether it's folks that decide to winter in Florida or like Tim Allen go on to great things in Hollywood and that their heart is still here and they want to inspire others to show their heart as well by calling 833-SAL-HOPE or to text Brad at 24365. And Colonel Turner, let's remind folks, I know $240 is perhaps the most popular giving level, but if folks go a little bit beyond that, they really get kind of a nice dividend, and so do the people that are out on the streets.
Well, at that $240 level, the incentive gift this year is a nice umbrella. Black umbrella is very handy to have in your car, and it's got the Bed and Bread Radiothon logo on it. But if you were to take that $240 and make it $255, it would provide an umbrella for an individual that we feed on the truck. If they need an umbrella, we have one to give to them then.
That's great.
And you're also stocked, and coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to be sharing the story of Jack Aronson. And it's important to know that on these trucks, there's also, for those that need it, apparel. There's clothing for those that come to the truck, and we've had some terrible stories here in Detroit about moms walking the streets and kids not having proper winter clothing. And there are cops that go out and do this, but the Salvation Army Bed and Bread truck does it day in and day out.
That's true. We'll have coats at times on the truck, gloves, mittens, scarves, things to help them through the winter weather. A couple of years ago, Ford introduced the Move truck. So it's a truck that goes behind the Bed and Bread truck now, and it has many items that people need out there, toiletry items, hygiene items that will go behind the truck on a different route during the week, and Ford provided that for us, and so it's just another way to help individuals that are really have fallen on hard times. So not only with food, but some things that they might need to help them get through life in general.
It's amazing to see the program expand to more than food and shelter, but to give them items that they need on a daily basis.
Well, and we've heard some wonderful testimonials throughout the day from people that are dealing with the scourge of addiction. We know now that with fentanyl now kills more people than gun violence and traffic accidents combined, over 100,000 people a year. And they too often, because of the grip of addiction, won't reach out for help. But through the Salvation Army, when you get them in their doors, you feed their bellies, you go to work on their souls and their challenges as well, and you can make that difference. They're more open to seeking and receiving that help.
And the Harbor Light's a great example. A person comes in there seeking help for an addiction. It's a clinical, a licensed clinical treatment program. So we have nursing staff on hand right there on site, doctors on call, and it's really a very professional program that is helping many people overcome this horrible addiction that they have. Opioid addiction is a big one as well.
72,000 nights of shelter annually. The Marriott brothers should do as well as you do at the Harbor Light mission, and it is not just and it's, to be clear, it's not a sad place. It's an uplifting place. It is a place of healing and hope, and good things happen there.
And not everybody who comes in has an addiction, I have to tell you.
No, we don't want to stereotype in any way.
Correct. There's a lady named Jacqueline who was living on a fixed income with her adult son. She was lived on a ground floor of an apartment and was hit by the extreme flooding a couple of years ago. They hit Detroit, and they were displaced, and she stayed at a hotel, and money ran out, and she just could not afford it any longer, and came to the Salvation Army and found a place to stay at the Salvation Army's booth shelter for women and children. And they came in on September 15th of 2021, and we were able to help her through that time and find a place to live and get back out on her own again.
Yeah, and those are the kinds of inspiring stories that we hope to multiply, and we can do it with your help, with your generosity, and your charitable good works. And it's as easy as texting BREAD, BREAD, to 24365. And as we said, right now we're in a double match situation where we've got the Ford family that is offering up $35,000 of match money, and then Tim Allen, who took a break, took off his stand-up beard and his ermine fur collar, and joined us. Can you imagine what that makeup job, Jackie, must be like out there?
Do you know how much time I spent putting this on? And this is what I look like? This took a good 45 minutes. I mean,
you've never needed makeup a day in your life.
And this is why I love you guys.
Thank you, guys.
And none of the Purtan girls.
Keep talking.
When I talked to Tim on the phone last week, he thought we thought he'd be on around 3:00, and he said that's when we're shooting Santa Claus. So he had to change his whole schedule around and talk to Disney and asked if he could give them permission that he could do this back in Detroit. So they changed their scheduling for the filming around somehow.
And how do you do that? Is there a mouse you go to and you ask him, hey, can I have a little time off at 5? Yeah,
it's a girl, Minnie. I think it's Minnie.
It's Minnie.
You slip them some
women
cheese.
Run the world, even if Don Lemon said otherwise.
Minnie's past her prime.
All you got to do is Google it, Dick.
What's that?
Yeah,
I had to
say
that.
To know that a network newsman, that if he really wants to check something out, he just Googles it.
Fact checker.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Don't even get me started.
Yep.
These matches are doing their work. You are doing your work. We will update the tote board in just a moment, but we are 1 hour, 4 minutes away from the finish line here. And when we hit that finish line, we need $1.8 million. Dan Aronson, we're going to have more from your family coming up at 6 o'clock. It's going to get very exciting. Your father's story is a wonderful story. We want folks to stay tuned for that. But it's like this lady, Jacqueline, who Colonel Turner just introduced us to, someone that had reached near the point of hopelessness and found hope at the Harbor Light mission.
Every single day. Every single day we hear stories like this where they've come. It's not a handout. This is a hand up. Get them back on their feet again. And right now you can help. Your donation of $240 will actually turn into a $720 donation if I did my math right. Right?
Indeed it did. And we have 3 more minutes where those matches are in effect. So please take full advantage of them. It's a 1 for 3 double down challenge here. And as we reach the end of this segment, we beg of you to stay with us for the 6 o'clock hour. It will be fun. It will be exciting. We're going to talk to some of our good friends. But for now, let's update that tote board. As we enter the last hour of the 36th Annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon here on News Talk 760, our total is $1,486,693. Wow.
Okay.
That's outstanding. Thank you, Detroit, to those of you that donated. Bless your hearts. For those of you that are on the way home, you're going to sit down with your family, show your love by donating in their name. Next.
Yep. Thank you, folks.
After a storm, Consumers Energy works around the clock to keep you safe and restore your power. But if you see a downed wire, stay 25 feet away. Then call 911 and Consumers Energy. Remember, even if the wire appears harmless, it could be dangerous. It could still be deadly. So stay away and stay alive. Consumers Energy. Count on us.
Most Americans don't know that the precursors to the deadliest diseases are found in the mouth. Tune in Sunday at 3 p.m. on 760 WJR to hear Dr. Doug Thompson, leading medicine expert, tell us what we need to know.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement, Sunday afternoons at 2. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VEST for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VEST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VEST for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station.
1 year in, I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The White House announcing more punishments for Russia and one of its closest allies as we've reached 1 year since the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
To mark the grim anniversary, the White House announced more sanctions, including on some Chinese entities. And the Pentagon announced another $2.4 billion in military aid to Ukraine. Included in today's announcement, additional ammunition for high-mobility artillery rocket systems known as HIMARS, additional 155-millimeter artillery rounds, munitions for laser-guided rocket systems, 4 types of drones, including the Switchblade 600 for the first time. Then the other kinds of drones include Cyberlux, Altia 600, Jump 20, counter drone and electronic warfare detection equipment.
Fox's Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. In a statement, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said President Putin started this illegal war and he has the power to end it. A second day on the stand for Alec Murdaugh, the former South Carolina lawyer accused of killing his wife and one of his sons. Prosecutors asked him if he was a family annihilator.
Would never hurt Maggie Murdoch. I would never hurt Paul Murdoch under any circumstances.
Murdaugh has now admitted that he was at the kennels where the bodies were found after 2 years of denials. El Paso, Texas police say a 16-year-old boy who shot and killed a 17-year-old and wounded 2 others during a fight between 2 groups at a mall now faces 1 murder count and 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The suspect, who was shot and wounded by a bystander as he ran from the mall, has been referred to the juvenile probation department. On Wall Street, stocks sank, closing out their worst week since early December. The Dow down 336, the Nasdaq minus 195, S&P off 42. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
An accident slows you down on I-696 westbound after Hoover Road. Another wreck blocks your left lane on the Jeffries westbound at Livernois. And watch out for a disabled vehicle on the northbound Southfield Freeway at Warren Avenue. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Snow showers tonight, mainly after midnight, a low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 for Saturday. Right now it's still partly sunny and 28 degrees. I'm Rich Luzinski, WJR traffic and weather first.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-857-5656. That's 800-857-5656.
This is Matt Paul, Executive Vice President, DTE, with an important safety message. Wednesday's major ice storm took down several thousand power lines. We're urging everyone, especially kids and pets, to please stay out of their yards. Be on the lookout for fallen wires. Stay 25 feet away from them and anything they may be touching, as those could also be electrified. And report down power lines by calling 1-800-477-4747. Please stay safe.
If your power is out, a generator can make things easier. But DTE wants you to know how to keep your family safe. Never ever use a portable generator inside your home. It emits carbon monoxide, which can be deadly. Keep it outside, away from windows and doors, so the fumes won't come in. Read the manufacturer's safety instructions and follow them. Generators can make outages more bearable, but please use them safely. DTE.
Now WJR Health Watch. Here's Dick Hafner.
The telltale sign of croup is the noise of breathing.
Sounds like a kind of a noise.
And the cough. Dr. Kimberly Sloniker is a pediatrician at the Michigan Medicine Ypsilanti Clinic. Dr. Sloniker says the viral respiratory illness called croup is most common in children from 6 months to 3 years. Why the youngest?
When older people get it, adults, older children, it causes sore throat, laryngitis, that swelling in the back of the throat. When a younger child gets this infection, because there's less room in the back of their throat, in their tiny airways, it becomes a bigger problem for them. So it makes it harder for air to pass through. And that's what causes that barking cough.
Dr. Sloniker says croup usually is not serious, but some cases can be severe.
The mainstay of treatment for severe croup is a steroid medication because the steroid helps reduce the swelling in the back of the throat and open that airway up. And there are other breathing treatments that we can have the child inhale that can help open up the airways as well. And if they have really severe croup, then we'll give them extra breathing support in the hospital.
But that's rare. Dr. Sloniker says home care will usually clear up the croup in 3 to 5 days.
It's never wrong to have your physician take a look at your child if you're ever worried about something. That's what we're here for.
I'm Dick Hafner for WJR Health Watch.
Welcome to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. $120 feeds 5 people for an entire month. To donate what you can, call 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365 now. Once again, here are Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
And Dick, we've had some wonderful challenges from you, from Edsel B4 II, Tim Allen. We heard from your church. It's already been a wonderful day. We've got almost $1.5 million, but we need 300,000 more to meet our goal. I don't want to sound pushy, but we've only got 25 minutes to do it. So please call now. Text the word BREAD to 24365. These challenges mean a lot, don't they?
These challenges are very, very important. Absolutely. If people double their money, so $1 becomes $2. So this is the time to do it. And I think we got a good challenge coming up here, I think, don't we, Guy? You've got the schedule.
We've got a great one. You know Jack Aronson well, and we
very.
lost Jack a couple of years ago, the impresario behind Garden Fresh Salsa. Truly one of the great entrepreneurs ever to come out of Southeast Michigan. And I've had the pleasure of having Dan Aronson as my wingman for the last 2 hours, and as we as like a couple old racehorses, as we stumble our way down the home stretch here.
Well, that may be you, Guy, but it's not Dan.
Yeah, well, we're gonna. That's no question. We got some young blood coming in here. We welcome Lisa Veal, who is Jack Aronson's. I'm hearing back feed, Ray. If you can get that out of my there, that'd be great. We welcome in Melissa Beal, who is Jack Aronson's daughter, and she brought the next generation of Salvation Army supporters. Welcome.
Wow.
Hey.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Who do we have here,
Hi
Melissa?
I've got Hannah, she's 9, and Liv, 7, which is very dad inspired because he took us everywhere. So it's pretty cool. We're humbled and grateful to be here.
Well, we're humbled and grateful that another generation that we're teaching them about the power of giving, and also talking about your grandfather's legacy. Do you know what the word legacy means? It means the work that continues to be done even after they're gone. And Jack Aronson's work continues to be done at this very moment, and you're going to make that work even more powerful.
That's right. We've got a match that we'd like to announce. $50,000.
$50,000 match. So if we can come up with another $50,000, the Artichoke Garlic Foundation will match it, and it will be such a powerful help to the Salvation Army. For your dad, he saw the need in the community, and we all have epiphanies, moments when we have great clarity. Your dad had one of those moments.
Yes. Yeah. I know it's so funny because there are so many stories that we can share about Dad doing good. And it's, Dan's here, my brother's here, and we came with the exact same story. But
it's a good one, though.
It's such a good one. Dad and Mom are both deeply committed to the Bed and Bread Club's mission of providing food and shelter to Metro Detroiters in need. And while the Radiothon is an annual event, the need is there every day of the year. I shared the story last year, and while appropriate at any event, it's especially true here. because it was around a table at Garden Fresh with you, Dick, and
Yep.
members of the Salvation Army discussing the Radiothon, where this story begins. Dad was he was sharing a story around the table about running an errand to the southwest side of the city. And while parking, he saw someone walking down the sidewalk with cardboard taped to his feet instead of shoes. Dad asks the man where his shoes are. Ain't got no shoes, the man says to Jack. So what does Dad do? He takes off his shoes and he gives them to the man. As Dad told the story, everyone around the room all nodded, knowing Jack as they did, a successful businessman with a prosperous company. You could just tell what they were thinking. Jack's done all right for himself, and now he's eager to share with those less fortunate. Then, Dad says, the worst part about it was that I had to go back to my restaurant and work 12 hours with no shoes on. What the kind-hearted people in the room hadn't realized until that moment was that he gave a stranger his shoes at a time in Dad's life when he didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. So you can see how the work of the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club would be near and dear to a guy like Jack Aronson, to Dad and Mom alike.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And when thinking, so here's something cool. When I was thinking about what to share today, I Googled kindness. And at the top of the page, the answer was someone who is caring and kind to other people and who tries to make them happy and well. And then I almost fell out of my chair because the link included an example sentence that read, "We've always thought of Jack as a caring person." I believe that was Dad speaking to me somehow. And if he were here today, he'd be talking to the listening audience and in his usual joyful manner, imploring them to show some kindness toward the countless people in desperate need by giving as much as you can afford to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club.
And every little bit helps. And
Thank you, Jessica.
You can make it happen. And if you want to honor Jack Aronson's memory, if you want to honor the memory of maybe your grandfather that taught you the power of giving and charity and grace, you can do it right now by texting the word bread to 24365 or calling us at 833-SAL-HOPE. You know, people think of Garden Fresh and they think it was, kind of this overnight sensation. That wasn't it at all.
Absolutely not.
I mean, he is by very definition, I wouldn't say rags to riches, but it was a long road.
It was a long haul. He was a restaurant owner in his early to mid 20s, and he grinded. He was a grinder, and he continued to do so. Even with Garden Fresh, and him and my mom were in the trenches, if you will, making sure that everything got done as you need to when you're a business owner. And and when it comes to the Salvation Army and everything, he got involved because it was the right thing to do, and that's what he was adamant on, and it just felt right.
Well,
it was natural.
For so many of these people that have had great success, the real joy of the success is, first of all, sharing it with your family, but also sharing it with the community and making sure that you take care of others who haven't been as fortunate as you've been, because all those folks remember when you didn't have those 2 nickels to rub together.
Exactly. When you get to the moment of success, you turn around and you help the next one in line.
And as a result, we have $50,000 because a lot of us ate a lot of Garden Fresh salsa over the years, and then we ate artichoke garlic salsa as well. And so because of that, we have $50,000 right now just waiting to be matched. If you match it, it will do the work of $100,000. Call now, 725-4673. That's 833-725-4673, or text the word bread to 24365. Let's match it before we come back from this break. You're on News Talk 760 WJR. Let's get to the break with some excitement here as we close out the WJR Radiothon in just 45 minutes. We've got a lot of work to do to make that $1.8 million goal.
Yep.
I took a trip over to the Salvation Army Harbor Light Center near downtown Detroit and visited the $1.5 million newly updated kitchen inside. It's a collaborative community kitchen where nonprofit farms and food banks can donate food and be quickly processed into thousands of meals for the homeless that live on the streets of Detroit. I caught up with busy head chef Michael Block.
Today we have Make Food Not Waste, which is another non-for-profit organization, and they come and they help us create food for 3,000 to 5,000 homeless people. We built this kitchen as a community kitchen, and that's part of the community, is to not only have volunteers, but have other non-for-profits come in and use this in coordination with us to help nourish the 8 to 12,000 homeless in Detroit.
The kitchen updates modernized equipment and allow for 20 volunteers at one time to assist in the food preparation process, as well as improve service delivery. Chef Block, who has been with the Salvation Army for 14 years, says it's been a very rewarding journey.
I came from a fine dining background, which is a lot different, and it's like a 180, but it's a lot more rewarding to like help the people that need it. And so, creating 1.3 to 1.6 million meals a year and just handing them out is it's always a challenge, but it's always extremely rewarding.
The updated Harbor Light Kitchen went from 2,500 square feet to just over 5,000 square feet. And if you add in the dining room renovation, the total space is nearly 8,000 square feet. I'm Lloyd Jackson.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement, Sunday afternoons at 2. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VEST for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VEST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VEST for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
After a storm, Consumers Energy works around the clock to keep you safe and restore your power. But if you see a downed wire, stay 25 feet away. Then call 911 and Consumers Energy. Remember, even if the wire appears harmless, it could be dangerous. It could still be deadly. So stay away and stay alive. Consumers Energy. Count on us.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
An accident slows you down on I-696 westbound after Hoover Road, and we still have that wreck blocking your left lane on the Jeffries westbound at Livernois. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. We'll get some snow showers tonight after midnight, a low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 for Saturday. It's partly sunny right now and 28 degrees. I'm Rich Luzinski, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's extended President's Day sale. Hurry, sale ends March 1st. Blindster.com.
You've got the 2023 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. It's the charity drive that shelters more than 72,000 Metro Detroiters every year. Call and donate right now. 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more with Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
And thanks to the good work of Jack and Annette Aronson's family through the Artichoke Garlic Foundation, we have a $50,000 match on the board right now. And these inspiring stories of Jack Aronson's life, who, if you want to look at somebody who is really the prototypical entrepreneur who has then leveraged all of that success into really making a difference in his community, there are a few better people than Jack Aronson to emulate. And Lisa, we have another story, I understand. Or Melissa, we have another story?
Yes. Hannah wanted to share just a little thing about what she likes about Dad, Papa.
Tell me about it.
Hi, Hannah.
I like when he gives us little puppet videos, like he sends puppet videos for us, and I like when he gives us chocolate.
But of course.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, when the puppet gives you chocolate, you've really hit it home, right? That's and that's what giving is all about. And that's the important thing to remember is how good you feel when he gives it to you. He feels even better when he gives you those little somethings and gets to see you smile. And you can put smiles on the faces of people, and maybe more importantly, the nourishment that they need. I got to tell you, because of the blackout, my little 9-month-old grandson was staying with me. And you just look at that little face and you go, his brain is developing. He needs nourishment.
Mm-hmm.
He needs good food. He needs a good start. And if you couldn't give that to him, just how soul draining that would be.
I have a 5-month-old daughter. I could not imagine.
Can you? And yet those are people, and you'll see their faces, and they're there with their children, and they're coming to the truck. And listen, the gratitude is so tangible and real. But you put yourself in their shoes. If that was your child, your grandchild, and you couldn't deliver for them as a parent, and you would thank God in heaven that you've got the Salvation Army and that they have your back. And what have you got there?
And speaking of delivering, did our listeners deliver?
They did.
We've met that match.
What's that? We met the 50,000 match already?
In fact, our new total.
Right.
Check out this new total.
Holy cow. Okay, so we made the 50,000.
We made the 50,000. $1,649,992.
All right.
Wow, good.
Detroit.
Keep it going.
You are bringing us with 40 minutes to go so close to our goal. So
We
close
are.
to delivering what we need to. And Dick, it's, as we've said, it's not about numbers, it's about meals, and it's about nights.
Well, to me, Guy, it's also this crazy world we're living in right now, and we're all concerned. But what do we do as individuals? And that's tough to figure that out. I mean, we're not the government, we're not part of that, and all that kind of stuff. There is one thing we can do. I think it's a local problem. I'm talking about the Bed and Bread Club, obviously. People are hungry. People are homeless. What can we do? Guy, what can I do? What can Jackie here do? My daughters, your everything. What can we do about it? And that is donate to this Bed and Bread Club to feed people that are hungry and homeless. Well, that's what we can do. That's maybe a small thing compared to what some people could do with the government. But that's one thing that can be done. Studies do show, as I mentioned earlier, I believe one time earlier, that if you give, it lowers your blood pressure. It's actually healthy for you to give. Up here, mentally, right here in the heart, and I do have the shirt on, by the way.
You do.
So we hope that you folks, between now when we sign off at 7 o'clock, this is your last chance to please donate to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club. And Guy, again, you've got the numbers, I think, not the numbers, but the 833 Cell Hope on the telephone, 833 Cell Hope, or that's 725-4673, or text BREAD to 24365.
We're filled with gratitude for those that have given, but we still have $150,000 to make up in the next 40 minutes.
That's right, Guy.
That's not very much.
No.
And
Let's
thank you so much for that match. It made a huge difference.
Oh,
Sure
absolutely.
did.
Well, let's keep the momentum going and do one more $50,000 match.
Another $50,000 match?
Why not? Let's do it.
All righty then.
Chip off the old block there,
go.
Dan.
You heard of Detroit, a $50,000 match for the next $50,000 we raise. The Aronson Foundation will cover that for you, and it will do the work of $100,000. We need your help, and we have their help. Let's make it happen.
Yes.
That will put us 2/3 towards our goal that we have remaining here. And let's welcome in Kip Short, who is, if you're a car guy, Kip may be the biggest car guy in Southeast Michigan. Kip, how you doing?
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Good to have you join us.
Okay, Kip.
Yes.
This is
Tell
Kip
us.
Sherwood Motorsports, by the way, and this is one big friend of our friend, Tim Allen.
We go a long ways back. We have a lot of fun times and a lot of jokes and a whole lot of cars together.
And burned a lot of rubber, I would bet, as well.
Yes, we have.
Well, Tim's a car guy. He's a collector, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kip. Is not one of his favorite cars, if not his favorite car, and it has to be 25 years or old, a Corvair?
Yeah, he had a Yanko Stinger. Yep, the Corvair was one of his favorites. We've since sold it, but yeah, that was a car when Tim was young that he had, and we were able to recreate that time in his life and purchase a Yanko Stinger. And Tim actually, that was the first race car he drove competitively after the Celebrity Challenge. So yeah, that was a great car.
Too cool.
And did he have a little 8x10 of Ralph Nader there on the dash that he could kind of spit in Ralph's eye as he made it around the home stretch?
Yeah, he always put it on his dashboard upside down and never figured that out.
He did, huh?
Yeah, little different.
This was all upside down.
Yeah, kind of a backwards St. Christopher kind of a thing, but yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so take that, St. Ralph.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite cars that you're dealing with now?
You know, I've always been I call myself a German-Italian guy when it comes to my import stuff, which is what we're known for. But we are very fortunate to have a really cool car collection that we're involved with the Waddington collection. And it's all one-off specialty muscle cars that we have at the facility. We're close to 32 cars in that collection. And I'll tell you what, they're all my favorites. They're all like children to you after a while when you've had them around as long as I have.
Is that American muscle we're talking?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
From the best Chevelles to the best, Henry Cudas, the LED Corvettes. We've got a pretty cool collection of American muscle, right?
Yeah, it's crazy what they go for at the auctions now. It's mind blowing, and it's what I love is they're not letting go of those days. Dodge is recreating the muscle car in so many ways, and it's really an exciting time.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. And who would have thought, 10 years ago that where would Dodge have been with all these great cars that they've brought back into our lives? And they're doing a great job, absolutely.
Well, we know there are a lot of people that are not behind the wheel of a car. They're walking using the old Fred Flintstone foot power there, and their feet are taking them to the bed and bread truck. And I know that's important to you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think what you guys are doing is great. I'm behind it 100%. I'd like to maybe start a little donation. Can I throw $1,000 at you guys to get this going?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just caught that.
And throw it down and say, for those of you that love exhaust fumes and that have octane in your blood, match that from Kip Sheward. And if you're a car guy and you want to celebrate the great American automobile or muscle car, do that with a donation in the honor of all the great car guys that have gone before us.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all owe it to Dick and we owe it to Woodward Avenue. I think it's something that we all need to do.
We all did. Dick and I launched the first Dream Cruise primetime show with his daughter Joanne and had great times.
That's right, we did, didn't we?
Made our own memories beginning in I guess it was the late 90s that we started doing
I remember that. It's a small Tim Allen story. One of the 3 cars that were donated to promote that and to pitch that to the city, they asked me to bring down a Hertz Shelby that Tim had, and that car was actually on display. I loaned it to him for the day when they were pitching the city to be able to create the Woodward Cruise. So we feel like we've got a little bit of a tie to the very first Woodward Cruise.
And we know what Tim says about that.
Oh, yeah.
Kip, thank you so much, and we appreciate that $1,000 donation. We've got a $50,000 match out there, courtesy of the Aronson family. Let's make that match in the next few minutes. You're on News Talk 760 WJR.
Absolutely.
At Trinity Health, we see the person behind the patient. We have the expert medical teams and technology of a national health system, and we offer personalized care that treats all of you. Visit trinityhealthmichigan.org. Trinity Health, we see all of you.
Most Americans don't know that the precursors to the deadliest diseases are found in the mouth. Tune in Sunday at 3 p.m. on 760 WJR to hear Dr. Doug Thompson, leading medicine expert, tell us what we need to know.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more family fun. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you'll get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Don't miss out. Visit inflationbuster.com to get started today. That's inflationbuster.com. Offer ends soon.
For visa rate like requirements and other terms and conditions, visit inflationbuster.com. Call 1-833-7-ROCKET. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLS Consumer Access.org. Number 33.
The Children's Foundation is on the move and delighted to share that since 2011, it's granted more than $80 million to more than 160 community partners, all of which continue to put the health and well-being of children first. Through funding and advocacy, the foundation empowers community health initiatives, pediatric research advancements, and medical education. Learn more at yourchildrensfoundation.org.
Mark Levin, weeknights at 8 on News Talk 760 WJR.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. Ukraine's president remains defiant and determined to win a year after Russia invaded his country.
This time last year, Ukraine's Western allies were urging President Volodymyr Zelensky to flee the city of Kyiv. Zelensky famously responded, "I need ammunition, not a ride."
Fox's Trey Yingst. The Biden administration is sending another $2 billion in aid to Ukraine and imposing additional economic sanctions against Russia. An environmental activist now among those showing support for an Ohio village still dealing with a toxic train derailment.
So far, the kind of help and attention they're getting right now is from high-profile people such as Erin Brockovich, who joined that list of high-profile people to show up here in East Palestine. She's got a town hall tonight.
Fox's Mike Tobin. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
We've got a wreck on M59 eastbound at M53 that's causing stop-and-go traffic from Mound Road, and we still have that accident blocking 2 left lanes on the Jeffries westbound at Livernois. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Some snow showers after midnight tonight, a low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 Saturday. Scattered clouds right now, and we're at 28 degrees. I'm Rich Luzinski, WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Right now, during Staples Sit-a-thon, select chairs are up to 50% off, like the Union & Scale Essentials Mesh Back Task Chair, now just $89.99 at Staples. In-store only, offer ends $225 while supplies last. Staples, the working and learning and saving store.
Schools in your local community are experiencing a critical shortage of substitute teachers within their classrooms. These positions offer flexible hours and a rewarding experience. EduStaff is seeking candidates for employment within our partnering schools. Visit edustaff.org. That's edustaff.org to apply today. Support your community. Make a difference. Apply today.
Did you lose power from the storm? For your safety, Consumers Energy reminds you to never run a generator indoors, in garages, or even in carports. They can cause carbon monoxide poisoning, resulting in serious harm and even death. Only use generators outdoors and far from open windows, doors, and vents. And it's always a good idea to have a carbon monoxide detector on every floor of your home, because you can never be too safe. Consumers Energy, count on us.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. CordellCordell.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more family fun. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Don't miss out. Visit inflationbuster.com to get started today. That's inflationbuster.com. Offer ends soon.
For several rate like date requirements and other terms and conditions, visit inflationbuster.com. Call 1-833-7-ROCKET. Equal housing lender license 156. NMLS Consumer Access.org. Number 3030.
Please consider this your
personal invitation to join me, Steve Courtney, along with WDIV's Jamie Edmonds for the WJR Sportsbook, Monday nights from 7 to 8, proudly presented by our friends at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
You've got the 2023 Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. It's the charity drive that shelters more than 72,000 Metro Detroiters every year. Call and donate right now. 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365. Now back to more with Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
We love you, Detroit. We love your heart. We love your spirit. We love your generosity. We love the soul that you show us when you hear that there are those among us that are in need. We've only got 25 minutes left to make our $1.8 million goal. And thanks to the Aronson family, they have put up $100,000 of their treasure so that your donation can go even farther. And Dan Aronson, I know that your dad's here. He is. I mean, he is. Yes. He's smiling down on us, and I think he's creating the vibe.
I agree. You know, he, along with Dick and everyone else at the Salvation Army, they help the momentum year to year and help this program come to fruition, and it's really impressive. Also, with our friends at Ford earlier today, you heard a teaser from Joe at the Ford Fund. They will be donating a hybrid truck to the mission and to the routes.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you, Ford.
In addition to being our presenting sponsor,
right?
And, the Ford Fund. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, that got us thinking. The price for a hybrid truck is approximately $150,000. So, Anna, my little niece, what do you think? Should we do another match?
Yes.
Wait, did we make our other match?
We made our match.
We made our other match already?
Match, yes.
Wow. Okay. So we already matched $100,000, Dick.
We
and
did.
Aaron's family, as we head to the last 23 minutes here, are giving more gasoline into our tank here to the tune of $50,000. Thank you, Hannah. Great idea. Let's do that.
It sure is. Thank you, Hannah. By the way, Jackie's got a couple of kind of special donations right here.
I do, just to show you how far that we reach out. This is a donation from Chuck from Dearborn in honor of a special event taking place tonight during the University of Michigan Notre Dame hockey game in Ann Arbor. The surprise honoree is a Canadian Marine Vietnam veteran who was wounded in Vietnam. He was nominated by the Canadian Vietnam Veterans Memorial Association in collaboration with the U of M Athletic Department and Veterans of the Game. Now, Chuck himself is a veteran, and he wanted to honor his fellow comrade in Canada by donating $250 to the Bed and Bread Club here in Detroit. So thank you for that.
Wow.
And I'm not giving Chuck's last name because he doesn't know that he's going to be surprised tonight. So that's very exciting.
And one more that's kind of special.
Kind of special. Join me all the way as we travel over. This is Father Stavropoulos from Greece, believe it or not. He is from a monastery in, bear with me on this, Nafkaptikos. Don't ask me to say that again. Monastery in Greece, believe it or not. They work with the Salvation Army over there, and they are working to kind of come together and come up with a program over in Greece similar to the program, the Bed and Bread program over here. And they are making a contribution to our program here in Detroit. And via Gustravopoulos here, and I have his credit card number. I'm not going to tell you how much they're giving to our program, but for say $1 million donation, I will broadcast the credit card number live in the next 10 minutes. So I'm just saying that. But thank you for that donation.
All the way from Greece.
Yeah. Pardon
which
me?
answers the.
I know JR's got a strong signal. I don't know if that's wrong. So.
Yeah.
Well done.
50,000 watts.
Yeah.
That answers the question, what's a Grecian urn? Apparently a lot.
I don't know, but I hope he donates.
Apparently enough to really support the Salvation Army. We are on, courtesy of the Aronson family, our third $50,000 match.
Oh,
and,
damn.
That can help put us over the top to that $1.8 million goal, as we are just 21 minutes away from the end of the 36th annual Bed and Bread Club Radiothon. We welcome in from Dick Genthy Chevrolet and Companies, the dealer manager of Genthy Honda, Andrew Genthy. Andrew, good afternoon.
Hey there,
or I
thank
should
you very
say,
much for having
good
me on
evening.
today.
Yeah.
Yes, good evening. Yes, it sounds like you guys have had an absolutely wonderful day and great success so far. And we're honored as our family as my dad has passed on, the store to me and my brother and sister, that we're able to continue this on with you guys. I think they got involved, probably your first or second year and have been along the ride, and we hope to continue that tradition on with you guys.
With your dad, of course. There's Richard and there's Dick. So which one is which? I forget from year to year.
My dad, and then my grandfather was Dick.
Yeah, Dick was Gen 1, Richard's Gen 2, and
Okay.
Andrew is Gen 3. Genthy 3.0.
Good.
Generation 4, Gen 4, because it's my great grandfather that started us down river
Oh.
115 years ago. So.
And
Great,
you guys are, you've expanded beyond Chevrolet to Honda and also motorsports, correct?
Yeah, the Honda Power Sports as well. So motorcycles and ATVs, all the fun toys that we all need, right?
Listen, I've got a Honda watercraft that is one of my favorite things out there. They're great fun.
Well, the weather's been great if you take us out.
Yeah.
Please,
Well,
really, I'm available.
I've got room on the back there, Dick. If you
Okay,
can
that's
hang
fine
on-
with me.
Perfect.
If you can hang on tight.
I'll bring my tube. How about that?
I would
Absolutely,
hope that,
Andrew.
that the Genthy family's generosity would be infectious, and you can
Mhm.
show that when you text BREAD to 24365 or call 833 Sal Hope. We're going to give out the number, and forgive us if it seems repetitive, but we've got folks out there that haven't had a chance to write it down. So that would be 833-725 4673. How many grandchildren does Richard Genthy, your dad, have now?
He's up to 23 now with my
Whoa.
youngest here at home at 8-month-old Grayson.
Is there one on the way, Andrew? Were you indicating one on the way before? What's that?
We keep adding on to the family.
Oh, I know. It sounds that way with 23. Wow.
Well, it helps for business. You got to put them all on the road, so that's a good
right,
thing.
we do.
You keep broadening your customer base.
Yep.
Andrew, we thank you so much, and your family and your mom and dad have been
Yep.
so special through their generosity through the DADA when your dad was co-chair of the auto show many years ago, and that's where I got to know him. And they really are just wonderful people and pillars of the Catholic Church, and we thank you so much for carrying on their tradition.
Yep.
Well, thank you, and we want to send a special thank you to we're glad that we're able to help out monetarily with this whole thing, but really to the people that are out there every day and supporting this mission. That's who we really give big thanks to, and those are the real heroes out there. So good, thank you to them.
You're right. They are
Thank
the
you,
foot
Andrew.
soldiers that are bringing the food and the nourishment to the people. And Dick, I always think back. You're producer of so many years.
Gene?
The late Gene Taylor would go out. I think Wednesdays was his day. He would come in and produce your show, and starting in the wee hours of the morning.
Yep.
And then after wrapping up your show, he would head out on the truck and
He would.
feed the hungry.
He would wrap up by himself in those. I don't in those days. Now that's 36 years ago. Of course, this is the 36th Radiothon. But he he would drive the truck. He would also serve the food out the window, and when they would not have somebody else available, it was truly remarkable. Then he would drive back with the soup in the big vats, and he would carry them into the chef if there was any soup left in there, and that's pretty heavy stuff. So. God rest his soul. He died in 2001, January 6, 2001. So, and it was just hay fever, and he was allergic, and that was it. He died right there, on a field.
But how many lives he changed in his all too short life, not just by giving us a smile every morning on your show, but also by feeding the hungry off the bed and bread truck. Now multiple bed and bread trucks, and it sounds like yet another that will be added thanks to Ford and the Aronson family.
Our pleasure.
Dan, that's a huge thing as we go forward to make sure that that food can get it to the people that need it.
Well, and
Look,
Ford
for
made
200
the Harrison the truck, at the was in the parade, the Woodward
that's
Beer
right.
Cruise this year, and myself and Colonel Turner went up and down the freeway and Hail those fumes. Excuse me.
But it hasn't affected us any, has it?
I remember when you and Joanne were working together on Channel 7, and they blew up the Hudson's building. And the wind was to blow the other way, but unfortunately the blew it your way, and we saw it all happen from the music hall.
Yeah.
They told us, we're from the city, trust us, you're out of the blast zone. And the next thing we saw was a rolling cloud of Hudson's plaster dust.
That's right.
And I've told Joanne, I still think when I get bronchitis, it's just a little bit of jail Hudson's coming back. A little something from our assignment together. It's 6:45 on Newstalk 760 WJR. The Hannah's match is still out there, $50,000. If you can match it, it will do the work of $100,000. We've got to make this $1.8 million goal in the next 15 minutes. We're counting on you, Detroit, to take us to the tape so we can break through it. We've got a lot of people to thank, and we will do that just ahead on Newstalk 760 WJR. Make it count.
Okay.
One of the reasons the Salvation Army bed and bread truck can operate as smoothly as it does is because of the time and dedication of their volunteers. I recently met Bob when I went for a ride along, and he was all decked out in his Vietnam vet gear. I asked Bob why he volunteers, and he told me a story when he was in the military. He was given an M79 grenade launcher and a bandolier, so he had all this extra weight on him. One day his platoon had to go out to a rice paddy. He got stuck and was afraid he wasn't going to make it out alive. He tells me he reached out to God and asked for help.
I went into the rice paddy up to my knees. I couldn't get out. And that night I thought, I'm not going to make it through a year of this. And I prayed to God, please help me. I want a long, happy, healthy life.
He says God answered his prayers. And so when he stopped working, he wanted to make good use of his time and help others.
When I had retired, I said, I've had a long life. I've had a happy life and a healthy life. I think I should do something in return. And so I started doing this. That was January of 2013.
The Salvation Army's Bed and Bread program provides food and shelter to Metro Detroiters every single day and night of the year. They dole out 1.3 million meals annually and even provide 72,000 nights of shelter per year. So please consider giving by texting BREAD to 24365 or calling 833-SAL-HOPE.
After a storm, Consumers Energy works around the clock to keep you safe and restore your power. But if you see a downed wire, stay 25 feet away. Then call 911 and Consumers Energy. Remember, even if the wire appears harmless, it could be dangerous. It could still be deadly. So stay away and stay alive. Consumers Energy. Count on us.
Ever consider advertising with WJR? Offering a mix of cost-effective broadcast and digital media, WJR gets results. For more details, call 313-873-9810. That's 313-873-9810.
Why choose Magnolia by the Lakes Independent and Assisted Living Senior Resort? Magnolia by the Lakes is the #1 senior resort in Michigan. Magnolia by the Lakes presents a life of dignity, friendship, and care for active seniors. An elite staff that will take care of your every need. Spacious living quarters, gourmet dining, pool and lake cruises, and a wide variety of activities to suit every lifestyle. Magnolia by the Lakes offers resort-style independent and assisted living on the magnificent shores of Cass Lake in the heart of Oakland County, starting at $3,000 per month with amenities. Your attainable 5-star senior living dream. Call one of our qualified specialists for a private consultation, financial session, and tour. Embrace your golden year dreams. Only at Magnolia by the Lakes. 248-681-8000. That's 248-681-8000. Care. Comfort. Luxury.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Still have that disabled vehicle blocking the left side of the Davison Freeway eastbound ramp to I-75 northbound, and an accident slows you down on M59 eastbound at M53. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. We'll get some snow showers after midnight tonight, a low of 23. Sunny with a high of 42 tomorrow. Right now, scattered clouds and 28 degrees. I'm Rich Luzinski, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. For your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off tax prep, switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Welcome to the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club Radiothon on WJR. $120 feeds 5 people for an entire month. To donate what you can, call 833-SAL-HOPE or text BREAD to 24365 now. Once again, here are Guy Gordon and Dick Purtan.
And if you want to make a difference in the lives of 10 people, thank you. Make a difference in the lives of 10 people for a month. Our most popular giving level is $240 a month. And by the way, you'll receive a limited edition Bed and Bread Club Radiothon umbrella as a thank you if you go to that level. But if you bump it to $255, and this is important, an extra umbrella will be donated to someone in need from the truck. And when you think of some of the days that we still have ahead of us in the winter of 2023, that will make a big difference in the lives of many people. And Dick, you know, I know I did some math over the years about the number of the millions that were raised, but it's got to be close now to $20 million that with your help, this radiothon over the many stations you've worked for. And if
sure,
you do that,
you just rub it in, didn't you?
Well, no, I'm just the impact that you've had through your career, and that $20 million converting that to meals is my fingers don't work that fast on my phone.
Yeah, it's been fortunately very, very successful, the Radiothon, for the 36 years. And I thank everybody that matched the 36 years today, too. By the way, I can afford, because I think we've done well to this. I sprained my right foot and ankle a couple of days ago, and this is supposed to be some great shoe. I'm going to put it back in. I've been sitting here barefooted, at least in one foot, the whole day.
He's not kidding.
Yeah. Ooh, that hurts. But anyway.
I kind of pictured him running barefoot past the gators down there anyway.
That was the problem.
Yes,
that was the problem. He tried.
There's the wrapped up foot right there.
Thank you for sharing. For those watching streaming, you can hide your eyes. It's okay.
Donate if you don't want to see the ace bandage.
That's
again.
Right. Anyway.
That we just bumped up to a PG-13 rating with.
I think so. I was saving it for you.
Dan, we've got so many people that we need to thank. Let me get us started. Mary Culler and the Ford Motor Company Fund, thank you so much for being our presenting sponsor today. You've done amazing things. The Aronson family and the Garlic and Artichoke Foundation, Dan, Melissa, Hannah, thank you so much for being here and making such a difference. And Edsel and Cynthia Ford with their match as well.
We got Pat Morgan and the Morgan Automotive Group, the Purtan Family Foundation. Thank you guys, as always.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We got Dr. Kurt Tech and the Salvation Army Metro Detroit Advisory Board and the Women's Auxiliary.
And also Alva Adams Mason at Toyota Motor North America. Tim Allen, funny man Tim Allen, coming through with a $25,000 match. We still have a $50,000 match on the board. So text BREAD right now to 24365, and it will do the work of $2. 833-SAL-HOPE, as we have 6.5 minutes before we hit the end here. Also, we want to thank Brian Godfrey and our good friends at Pat Milliken Ford.
We also got Stephanie Leahy and the Vibe Credit Union, Doug Bernstein and the Plunkett Cooney, and Lou LaPaw and the Ted Lindsay Foundation.
Also, we want to thank the Salvation Army Echelon Detroit chapter, Mark Ridley of the funny people at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle that do such great work there, and Ralph Harris. Thank you very much. Also, Dave Girardat and Fifth Third Bank.
Kimberly Anderson and the Michigan Financial Companies, Mark Shostak and the Shostak Brothers, Patty Graham and Meridian.
Also, our friends at Dick Genthy Chevrolet and Company, and all the, whether it's Chevrolet, Honda, all of the many groups and their employees as well. Bullseye Lingo and their technicians who helped us all day long.
Let's give them a hand.
With our call center, who have been, and if you get a busy signal, keep calling. They're going to stay on the job. They don't quit at 7 o'clock. They're going to make sure that they're here so that you can help the people that need our help here in Southeast Michigan. Jamie Winkler, Chef Michael Block, and the Salvation Army Great Lakes Harbor Light System, they're the ones that actually cook the food and supply the nourishment.
Yeah, very good, very good. We got Chuck McDougall and the EDS food team, Wes Peculia and Buddy's Pizza, and Franco and Summit Marketing.
And finally, and certainly not least, Lieutenant Colonel John and Teresa Turner, and all of you that are here from the Salvation Army that wear the black vest, that make it happen day in and day out, every day of the year. This, what people are doing is putting their faith in you and investing in your ability to go out and change lives on a daily basis. And Colonel Turner, I know you're proud of your team.
Absolutely, and I want to say a big thank you to Dick for his help over all the years. You know, you mentioned a couple of minutes ago, $20 million is what here's the real number. Over these 36 years, $41 million. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to sell you short there, Dick. That's what happens when you do a back of the napkin calculation. Thank you. And speaking
of numbers.
And yeah, let's.
No problem.
Oh, was it me?
Yeah, you said speaking of numbers, we've got a new tote that's going to be coming up. I'll do it now.
Okay.
All right.
Our goal was $1.8 million. Detroit, you are the best, the most generous. Your heart is bigger than the Michigan Mitten. You have raised for the Salvation Army Bed and Bread Club truck $1,888,503.
Whoa! Fabulous. Oh, that's wonderful.
Wow.
You exceeded our goal by $88,000. Believe me, that money will go to such good uses.
Sure will.
That's meals, that's nights, 200 nights of shelter each night for those that have no place to rest their head. You make sure that the light is always on at Harbor Light.
Well said.
You bring help and hope to the streets through the Salvation Army. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
And Dick,
Yes, sir.
it's I want to see you next. I love reaching across here the virtual world, but we'd love to have you here next year. It's so good to see you, and you are ageless. Your generosity is timeless. Your girls are so proud of you, as
Yes,
well
we
they
are.
should be. Our best to Donna, your wife, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Guy. A great
be the
job.
same without you.
Great job. It's been right back at you. So thank you very much, Guy. Appreciate it.
40 million thanks to you from the bottom of the hearts of the people.
And to the people who give, the people who listen, watch, and give. Thank you. God
With
bless you.
our deepest thanks, our thanks to the Aronson family. We wish you well. Thanks for supporting the Salvation Army. Take care.
Bye, girls.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
Wow. That's fabulous.
Wow.